The protagonist is just the lowest-ranking patrol soldier, but just a light tap on the strength tester left the Special Forces soldiers completely shocked. It was because not only did he break the record, but he also broke the machine with a single punch. After trying out his most basic skill, he unexpectedly blew away 3 skyscrapers. With power like that, even an Overlord-class demon beast would be terrified. The eldest daughter of the Corps' chief of staff had to try and recruit him, even making him offers that he couldn't refuse. That is to gather intelligence about his younger sister. Because in these chaotic times, only the military has the best intelligence-gathering capabilities. Just because of deep archaeological research, humans accidentally broke the seal of a mysterious relic. This plunged the world into an unprecedented disaster. As a red fog enveloped the cities, once a person was covered by the fog, their body would be consumed by a strange, transformative power. Other creatures also mutated because of it, turning into blood-colored demon beasts. They used the fog to wreak havoc on the cities. And the tragedy from 3 days ago was deeply etched in the protagonist's mind. 3 days ago, the military broadcast a message comforting people not to panic. Try to stay home and don't go out. At that moment, the protagonist's whole family was in their car. Suddenly, a knock came from outside. Move aside. Immediately. His father, angry sarcastically, said, "The government sure knows how to talk. They've deployed the army and still call it a natural disaster." Just then, his younger sister got closer to the protagonist. "Bro, I'm scared." "It's okay, I'm here." But the commotion is too big. What is that red fog anyway? A huge explosion erupted. A car was sent flying into the sky. What a coincidence. That car was flying right towards the protagonist's family car. He quickly shielded his sister's head. With a loud bang, the 2 cars were smashed together like an Oreo cookie. "Mom, Dad, are you 2 okay?" His father said his leg was pinned. What was worse, the roar of a beast could be heard at that moment. The protagonist's whole family looked towards the sound. What is that? They only saw a roaring monster. The army was frantically firing at it. Behind it, a crowd of people was fleeing. The father saw this and yelled, "Hurry, get out of here!" The protagonist kicked the door open with 1 foot, then pulled his sister out of the car. Then he struggled to pull the driver's door open. "Take your sister and run. Forget about us." But how could he give up? "No, I have to save everyone." His terrified sister screamed loudly, "Help!" After screaming, she realized her mistake. She quickly covered her mouth. His crying mother told the protagonist to run quickly. They both looked at him with a smile. "But as a man, you have a responsibility. You're her older brother, you have to take good care of Xiao Shui." Just a second later, something slammed hard into the car, sending the protagonist and his sister flying. It turned out to be a black monster. It looked like it was a mutated dog. But the more grotesque thing was, bones were protruding from under its belly. And just like that, the protagonist's parents were gone. But this monster had noticed the protagonist. He endured the pain and dragged his sister away to escape. But his sister was still reluctant to leave. At that moment, loud explosions were all around. It was like the apocalypse had arrived. Flying monsters appeared in the sky. Even airplanes were being intercepted by them. Animals and humans were all going crazy. The protagonist didn't understand what had happened. He could only drag his sister along and keep running. The streets were filled with the roars of monsters. The protagonist led his sister to hide in a corner, afraid of them being discovered. The protagonist's mind was racing. But the supermarket has a lot of cover, and supplies are plentiful. Maybe he and his sister could hold out until help arrived. Watching the beast move away, the protagonist sighed in relief. It's finally gone. But a second later, his sister cried out in pain. Red streaks appeared on her face. The protagonist discovered he had them on his face, too. "Xiao Shui, what's wrong?" "Bro, I feel sick." "What's happening?" Could it be from breathing in too much of the red fog? He quickly wet a cloth with water, then covered his sister's nose with it. But just a second later, the protagonist's mutation became even more severe. So hot. Something felt like it was trying to burst out of the protagonist's body. His sister couldn't help but worry. "Bro, what's wrong with you?" "It's nothing, I'm fine." He tried to control it, to stop his body from mutating. But this attracted a nearby monster. His sister told him not to scare her. Seeing the monster approaching, "We've been spotted." He could only pull his sister along and flee. But he quickly felt that something was wrong. There was another monster up ahead, blocking their path, and then another one appeared. His sister, terrified, asked the protagonist what to do. But the monsters didn't attack directly. Instead, they seemed to be waiting for something. "Sister, don't be afraid, I'm here." Just then another roar, a louder one, appeared. It turned out to be the flying monster. Just its landing made a loud noise. It looked like it was the leader of these monsters. Are we really going to die here today? Without a moment's hesitation, the protagonist pulled his sister and ran inside. There's only one inside. It's too dangerous outside. We'll have to fight the one in here. The protagonist grabbed a pipe and charged forward. Even though it looks vicious, it's still just a rabid dog. But a second later, he was disappointed. The pipe broke instantly. The monster let out a roar. He hadn't expected this dog to be so tough. He could only use one leg and one hand to hold its mouth open. Just a second later, an arrow hit its eye. As expected, it was probably blinded in one eye. "Brother, are you okay?" "I came to help. I couldn't find a gun. This was the only thing in the supermarket." "I'm fine." "You did great." But this dog held a grudge. It ignored the protagonist and lunged at his sister. This shocked the protagonist. His sister, terrified, turned and fled. The protagonist told her to run and not look back. At that moment, the protagonist's mutation symptoms grew worse. But why of all times does it have to be now? Just as his sister fell, the dog caught up to her. Perhaps triggered by the shock, he instantly crushed the wall. In this critical situation, he threw the entire chunk of wall at the wolf. "You damn dog! Anything that dares to harm my sister must die." After that, he used the iron rod to stab the demonic wolf in the head. His sister saw the protagonist as if he were going mad and quickly hugged him. "Brother, what's wrong? Stop it." Don't be like this. I'm fine. I'm begging you, please stop." His current appearance had given his sister a fright. The protagonist gradually came to his senses at his sister's cries. "Xiaoshui, I'm okay. Sorry for making you worry. Are you really okay?" "I'm not." But before he could finish his sentence, another monster appeared behind Xiaoshui. He quickly pushed his sister away. "Danger!" Unexpectedly, this was a mutated bird monster. The protagonist quickly grabbed a nearby iron rod and swung. "You damn bird, get the hell away from my sister." What the protagonist didn't expect was that the bird was sent flying by his hit. Wait, this strength, I can actually defeat them. Although he didn't know the reason, he had indeed become stronger. He then told his sister to find a place to hide. He had to eliminate these monsters. Xiaoshui was a little worried, but there was no other way. Those monsters had targeted him. He had to lure them away. "Brother, don't go. I'm scared like before." The protagonist patted his sister's head. "Don't worry. I won't lose control this time. But you wait for me here. I'll be back for you soon, okay?" His sister was still very understanding. But she made a promise with the protagonist. "Promise me you'll come back safely." "Of course. Trust your big brother." After saying that, the protagonist rushed outside. If his guess was correct, hunting monsters and absorbing the red energy could make him stronger. "On your body? There must be even more energy, right? As long as I kill, I'll definitely gain more power. So you have to die for me." But unexpectedly, this monster called its whole crew. "Ha ha. It seems I'm not worthy of you taking me on personally. In that case, I'll kill every one of your little minions first." With one swing, the protagonist smashed a monster's head. But just a second later, a monster bit into his shoulder. He let out an angry roar. His aura instantly intensified. The two monsters were immediately thrown off, and the protagonist's two hands also mutated, as if he had put on monstrous claws. On them, there was also a dark red energy. This is the feeling of energy. This is great. Next up is my hunting time. But right at this moment, a military helicopter flew over. A bomb was dropped. The monster leader immediately let out a loud roar. Along with the loud explosion came a thick cloud of smoke, but they had missed the target. The monsters were still unharmed. Of course, the protagonist was also fine. He let out a shout and immediately used his claws to deal with the monsters. At this moment, he looked a bit dazed, but as soon as he came to his senses, he thought of his sister, Xiaoshui. But all that was left was a doll. Following that, his mutation gradually disappeared. He had unexpectedly lost his sister. "Xiaoshui, I'm sorry, I was too late." "Where are you, Mom, Dad? I've failed your expectations." The protagonist remembered when the plane dropped the bomb. He saw hands that were not human. "Why did my hands turn into this? What on earth happened?" Seeing the bomb getting closer and closer, he told his sister not to come near him. "It's too dangerous." After the explosion erupted, he heard a walkie-talkie from the helicopter. "There are still survivors here. Get down and check. This person is infected. Leave them." At that time, they took a girl with them. "Move quickly, those monsters will be back soon." He could only watch the helicopter fly away. But this was also a good thing. Shoha was safe. "Brother, why? Why didn't you come save me?" He only saw Xiaoshui disappear in a burst of flames. But just as he reached out to grab his sister had vanished. At this moment, the protagonist suddenly woke up. So it was just a damn dream. "It's that dream again. Xiaoshui, it's been half a year. Where on earth are you?" Luckily, the protagonist was not exposed. When Xiaoshui was first taken away by those people, he had searched the nearby refugee camps. But he still couldn't find his sister. To find his sister, he joined up and became a patrol soldier, the lowest rank. In these chaotic times, only the military has the authority to gather intelligence. This is the border outpost of Red Rock City. "Yes, sorry, Captain. I'm late." The captain kicked him in the butt. "You idiot, where were you slacking off this time? You were supposed to relieve the shift. How late are you?" "Another useless rookie. Captain, my bad." The protagonist quickly climbed up the watchtower. From below came the captain's voice. "The big shots will be here soon. We'll be able to get paid then." The protagonist replied, "Okay." Half a year ago, the red fog broke out. Most cities were turned into ruins, becoming the territory of demon beasts. But along with the appearance of the red fog, there was also a mysterious red tower. For humanity to survive, they could only stay away from the range of the tower's spire and the fog. Is that guy still there? There's a special response team outside, so just blow the border whistle. We just need to get by. If even they can't hold them off the patrol team, what can we do? The other two said, that's the renowned special response team. How could they fail? Is the captain joking? On the road, they've killed countless monsters. The protagonist sat silently on the watchtower. But indeed, after so long, he still hated the smell of this bloody fog. This type of fog can increase a creature's desire and bloodlust to kill each other. Suddenly, the protagonist noticed the fog had dissipated. Know something is rushing over here? Captain, we have a situation. What do you think is going on? Probably just a small fry. Why is the fog rushing over here, Captain? It's the special response team. Only to see two people running out of the red fog. Sir, what on earth happened? Get back! Just a second later, the two of them let out blood-curdling screams. The captain shouted into the walkie-talkie, "Everyone scatter!" But just a second later, a monster hooked onto the captain's shirt, then lifted him up. The captain thought he was done for. He seemed to see his ancestors waving at him. The protagonist high up looked down below. The red fog had completely enveloped the area. Only terrifying screams could be heard. Run, run, they're here. The protagonist jumped straight down. A monster was crushed under his feet. First one. The monster next to it roared at the protagonist. By this time, he was already no longer the same person he was half a year ago. But this kind of easy experience had to be collected. He quickly dealt with the second one. Next up was absorption. Very good. After absorbing this one, I feel a little stronger. I wonder what will happen if I absorb a few more. The protagonist looked at the six surrounding him, but he wasn't the least bit afraid. On the contrary, he was excited. You all better not disappoint me. But just a second later, there was a loud noise. A monster was impaled right past the protagonist. A woman holding a weapon appeared, stealing his kill. She was Songhai, the captain of the Crimson Blood Outpost squad. The protagonist thought, this is bad. That's someone from the special response team. I have to quickly transform back. I just hope she didn't see. Don't leave a single one. Clean them all up. Then two gun barrels were pointed at the protagonist. The protagonist immediately put his hands up, but they had already opened fire. But he was fine. It turned out he was overthinking it. They were attacking the monster. Behind him. Confirming target eliminated. Songhai looked at the protagonist. Where's your weapon, patrolman? The protagonist thought, this is really bad. But he had to admit she was quite beautiful. All personnel from the outpost fall back to the defensive line. Without Captain Song's permission, no one is to enter. Songhai looked at the casualty data on the computer. Currently, 37 people from the outpost have died. Among them are 2 from the Crimson Blood Special Response Squad. The patrol team lost 30 people. The rest are losses among incident reporting personnel. So why did you detain me? I'm a victim too. At 5:23 p.m. you were away from your squad for 2 hours without authorization. After you returned, the fog incident occurred. Why? Don't you feel you need to provide an explanation? This girl is too sharp. I have to think of a way to bluff my way through this. I was just taking a nap in a pile of rubble. I had already informed my captain. At this moment, a squad mate spoke up. Captain, this kid is always late for every mission. The captain always lets him off the hook. Holy crap. Kid, what nonsense are you spouting? I'll deal with you later. Don't you dare blame the captain. Songhai saw this and mused to herself. It seems your patrol team has quite a few problems. Just then, the captain who was being treated suddenly sneezed. Captain, are you okay? The doctor saw this and said, don't worry, he won't die. All the tests are normal. Doctor, is this considered normal? Songhai investigated the protagonist's background. The information shows. You only passed basic training 3 months ago. In the battle just now, even our special response team lost 2 people. And yet you survived. Explain that. I'm scared of dying. I used to run track in school, so my legs are more agile than a normal person's. When I spotted the red fog, I immediately ran. If you're so scared of death, why did you choose to join the army? Could it be you have another motive? A motive, of course I do. For half a year, he's been searching for his sister. He constantly killed and absorbed low-level monsters, gradually learning to control his beast transformation and revert to human form. He searched every refugee camp, but couldn't find his sister. As a soldier, you're a coward who's afraid of death, deserted your post, and failed to report intelligence. Do you know the consequences? Are you going to have me executed? Then Songhai whispered into the protagonist's ear, what's the deal with your hands? So she really did see it. You're lying. What exactly are you trying to hide? What is your purpose? Just then, a loud explosion came from outside. Songhai thought it was an earthquake, but the protagonist felt something was wrong. This familiar feeling, he then ran outside. Run, a large number of monsters are approaching. Songhai was stunned. He actually ran away right in front of her. A second later, she slammed the protagonist's head down. Do you think I'm invisible? Ma'am, the floor is wet. Please be gentle. Suddenly the floor gave way. Help! Besides Songhai, everyone else fell. Where is this? It's so dark here. Prepare to turn on the lights. Well, you really are a jinx. Wherever you go, trouble is sure to follow. Complain after we survive. We can't get out. It wasn't until they turned on the lights that they discovered this was a labyrinth dug by monsters. Everyone remain calm. Check usable weapons and maintain formation. Suddenly, the protagonist heard the sound of wind. What's that? There's wind blowing from over there. The sound of wind. Then there must be a way out. I'll go take a look. Indeed, there was wind blowing. Yanhao, you may not have other skills, but your talent for running away is truly amazing. Ma'am, there's wind over here. But he didn't notice that a monster had appeared behind him. With a bang, a bullet flew past and hit the monster. The patrolman was scared to the ground. This insect monster is corrosive. Don't let them get close. Also, without my command, do not act on your own. Songhai looked towards the protagonist. It seems you have a knack for escaping danger. Yanhao, when this is over, you better explain yourself to me. But the protagonist still couldn't figure it out. She knows my secret, but she doesn't expose me directly. What is her purpose? Then a rustling sound came from all around. It seemed something was coming. It was the same type of monster as before. Damn, why do they look like insects? This is troublesome. These insect beasts were full of killing intent, as if they were waiting for their prey. Songhai's group immediately opened fire. They ran while looking back, escaping. Suddenly, the protagonist stopped. Songhai told him not to stop. Keep running. He said the insect beasts seemed to have stopped. Look ahead. They saw a strange, large insect in front of them. This is an overlord class. Moreover, it's absorbing the red fog. But a second later, it gathered energy. The protagonist told everyone to be careful. This thing is too dangerous. But Songhai fired a shot. The insect also fired its power. Then there was a clanging sound. The shot fired by Songhai hit the insect's body. At the same time, the energy fired by the insect reached Songhai. Fortunately, the protagonist appeared in time, striking that energy, then absorbing it. Yanhao, after we get out of here alive, I will explain everything to you. But he also noticed the part that Songhai attacked on the insect had started to crack. Songhai was a bit worried at this point. Even my attack had no effect. Yanhao, does he really have a way? Be careful. But the protagonist was still very confident. This kind of thing. He had killed hundreds, even thousands of them. Level 3 Asura, just like that one. Monster levels are divided from low to high. Red Scout Hunting Hound, Overlord Behemoth, and Catastrophe. Then the protagonist leaped forward. Go to hell. Under the protagonist's sharp claws, its body was directly clawed through by him. If I absorb your energy, I'll become much stronger, won't I? The protagonist just landed, feeling unsatisfied with the previous attack. That's tough. If it were a normal monster, it would have been torn to pieces. With such a large body, like an armored vehicle, you must have devoured many of your own kind, right? The insect wasn't going to take it lying down. It immediately counterattacked, but it was dodged by the protagonist who taunted too slow. The protagonist thought it had put all its enhancements into defense. The protagonist's squadmate was also stunned. They thought they were dreaming. The one who was always bullied by others turns out to be a hidden master. What's with him? No way. Doesn't he just run faster than others? And is the most afraid of dying? At this moment, Songhai's voice rang out. He is a combat research subject against alien beasts, a secret project of the coalition government. The guy who took 3 months to pass basic training, who runs faster than anyone, is a research subject against alien beasts. What's going on? So the captain knew all along. It was only when he blocked the attack for me just now that I confirmed it. Vice Captain Lin Yongji heard this and immediately thought, is there really such a research subject? Or is Captain Songhai hiding something? He escaped from the laboratory. To think he would infiltrate the patrol team. The fog outbreak before was related to Yanhao, but this possibility cannot be ruled out. That's why I had to investigate him. This is the government's biggest secret. What you see and hear here is all classified. You are not to speak a single word of it outside. Understood, patrolman? Yes, ma'am. At this moment, the insect continued to gather a new energy ball. Then it fired it towards the protagonist. He easily dodged it. Then he thought, not good. The energy ball was heading towards Songhai's group of 3. Dodge. The energy ball hit the ground. The ground erupted in a huge explosion. As the dust and smoke cleared, Songhai was unharmed. She sat on the ground looking cool. At this moment, the protagonist's colleague was panting, but he couldn't believe he was still alive. It turned out Lin Yongji had protected him. Sir, your leg. Don't worry, I won't die. You truly are a member of the special response team. For a patrolman like me, but Lin Yongji said, a leg for a life is worth it. But isn't your mission to deal with alien beasts? To lose precious combat ability because of me? I didn't become a soldier to kill those monsters. I did it to protect and survive. As human beings, we ultimately cannot leave anyone behind. At the same time, the protagonist was also sent flying. The armor on his hands also gradually disappeared. Damn it! The fog's power has dissipated. Even the beast transformation can't be maintained on one hand. But this Overlord class insect was still very much alive. This is an Overlord class. This is a bit too much. The black insect charged forward with a ferocious face. Suddenly, a spark was fired, hitting it straight in the head. Yanhao observed for a moment, and in a daze recognized and thought Songhai. Songhai then spoke. Yanhao, you can't die here. There are still many things you need to confess clearly. It seems your attack had no effect, compared to its ferocity. Songhai looked surprised and thought, is it smiling? Could it be? As expected. The red fog had poured out from the cave. These interconnected caves allow it to easily move the red fog to another location. Then it relies on the fog to replenish its own strength. The wound is starting to heal. If this continues, it will soon recover to its peak state. It seems the red fog that suddenly poured out from the outpost before was also its doing. She called out to Yanhao, we can't kill it. Let's retreat for now. Yanhao stubbornly refused. No way. It must die here today. The fact that it summoned the red fog is perfect for me to recharge. Right now, it can't move around. This is the perfect chance for us to attack. Songhai turned to warn him. If you fail, you could die here. Are you sure? He said, I've stood at death's door countless times. One more time won't make a difference. Hearing that, she relented. All right, then. You only get one chance. I'll unleash all my power to help you shatter its head armor. You must seize the opportunity and destroy its brain directly. This is the only way we can defeat it. Songhai got into a ready stance and yelled the signal. Now. The brutal attack injured the black insect. Yanhao thought, perfect. The head armor is broken. He quickly launched an attack on its head. Yanhao's eyes were filled with rage. He yelled, go meet your maker. His attacks made the black insect writhe in pain, letting out a sharp cry. Songhai stood watching, relieved, and uttered, did we succeed? But fragments from its body suddenly flew everywhere, sending Yanhao flying back as well. Seeing this, Songhai immediately ran to him, calling out, Yanhao. She was extremely worried and asked, are you okay? Songhai suddenly saw something and asked, what is this? She held up a piece of paper curiously. A photograph. The fragments that flew out earlier had left a wound on Yanhao's hand. Perhaps the fragments from the black insect were poisonous, making him feel dizzy. He thought, where am I? Yanhao's body was floating in a virtual space. He suddenly thought, am I dead? This thing looks like a DNA strand. Why is it flashing? Yanhao suddenly realized that on his chest, he had been wounded by a fragment. He thought to himself, isn't this the thing from inside the Overlord-class beast's body from before? It looks like some kind of energy form. It was in my hand a moment ago. How did it move? To my chest. What it's actually absorbing the red fog. Not only can it absorb the red fog, but it can also store it. Even if I absorb more red fog than before, to undergo a stronger beast transformation, I no longer need to worry about losing control. Damn, this new crystal has a limited energy storage. Yanhao was lost in thought. At this rate, it's going to explode. He suddenly realized something and said, that's right. Yanhao thought to himself. That big bug's move can consume a large amount of red fog. If it can absorb the red fog, then they gather together. A moment later, he was transferred to the hospital. Streams of red gas continued to emanate from Yanhao's body. He was extremely angry. Feeling annoyed, he shouted loudly, gather for me! Suddenly, Songhai walked in unexpectedly, exclaiming in surprise, Yanhao, what are you trying to do? But it seemed it was too late. Yanhao was thrown from the bed with a shout, get out of the way! Just like that, an explosion occurred. Streams of red light spread outwards. 5 minutes ago, at a massive high-rise building under a clear blue sky, a subordinate reported, Captain, Song Vice Officer Lin's leg? Songhai replied. As a soldier, he was already prepared for this. You don't need to blame yourself. Inside the hospital room, Yongji whispered, Captain Song, what happened to Yanhao? I've never heard of a test subject in XU. She replied, Yanhao's case is top secret. You should rest well. You don't need to worry about other things. I've already requested the minister to transfer you to the logistics department. From now on, you can rest well. He spoke up. I will report this matter to your father, Chief of Staff Song Lian. I believe he will make his own judgment. Songhai angrily said, Vice Officer Lin, who exactly is your superior? From now on, your communication privileges are revoked. Stay here and don't go anywhere. Later, she asked, which room is Yanhao in? Her subordinate replied, he's in room 304. Songhai demanded, come with me to see Yanhao. The two of them moved to room 304. We're here. She ordered, you stand guard at the door without my command. No one is allowed in. The subordinate acknowledged, understood. As soon as Songhai pushed the door open, she saw a large amount of red gas being emitted. At this moment, he was gathering strength in his hand. She shouted, Yanhao, Songhai was furious. "What are you trying to do?" Yanhao yelled. "Get out of the way." Immediately, a great force shot out. She fell to the ground. That magical energy ball rushed out in a torrent through the wall. The immense power was so great that it pierced through several buildings in a row. Yongji in his room looked out and thought, "The abandoned building has been pierced through." "Yanhao, Captain Song, this matter." "How long can you hide it?" The subordinate lying on the ground covered his head and lamented, "Why am I always the unlucky one? Help, this is too scary. I don't want to die yet." Songhai realized, was that the move of the armored insect from before? In Yanhao's heart, why can I directly control the beast's abilities without using beast transformation equipment? She turned her head and said, "Yanhao, you owe me quite a few explanations." A moment later, the two of them moved to the hospital's rooftop. Songhai crossed her arms and said, "Not only can you absorb the beast core of an alien beast, but you can also learn its abilities," he replied. "Not only that, I can also absorb more red fog and store it. That crystal block can also self-heal." Hearing this, she became interested. "You have a lot of functions," Yanhao honestly said. "I, indeed, have received their strength and abilities. But I also have the possibility of gradually becoming like them. With myself like this, can I still be considered a true human being? Captain Song in your eyes. What exactly am I?" Songroy responded. "You are a unique existence, human or monster. That depends on how you use this power. But your power is both a disaster and a weapon. You have two paths now. The first path is to join the Crimson Blood. Become a reserve soldier of my squad. The second path is to be considered a threat. Just like the alien beasts, everything will be eliminated." He repeated her words in question, eliminated. Songhai explained, "Do you think that with the forces in the city, they really have the ability to do that? I really can't do anything to you right now. But you are currently, too, arrogant for the head of Su. Joining my team is not a disadvantage for you. Identity information resources. I will help you clear away all troubles." Yanhao exclaimed, "A dangerous element I just met, whose power is out of control. Are you really willing to take in a troublemaker? Like me, the price must not be small. To go to such lengths just to recruit a newcomer? Do you have another motive?" She praised him, "You're very smart. For some reason, I really need you. But you have to believe that we are not enemies." Songyi's eyes immediately became sharp. "Perhaps you can also see this as a transaction." Yanhao was surprised. In her hand was a picture of Xiao Shui and him. Yanhao was stunned. "This picture, how did you get it?" She said seriously, "Don't underestimate me. If I want, investigating your past is as easy as turning my hand. As long as you join the Crimson Blood, I will use the highest level intelligence network to help you find your sister's whereabouts with all my might." He pondered. "Searching blindly on my own has its limits. Just as she said, when I have a higher status and position in the military, where I can investigate more, my actions will also be more convenient." And then Yanhao spoke up, "Deal. But Captain, if you need me so much, a little extra salary shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, my previous salary was already spent on finding my sister." Songhai said coldly, "Sergeant Yanhao, I, as the captain of the Crimson Blood, approve you to become a reserve soldier of the Crimson Blood. Your salary will be paid at the highest standard. Now get the hell out of here and go through the procedures for me." He waved and replied, "Yes, Captain Song. I will immediately go to the patrol team to handle the transfer procedures." As Yanhao was about to leave, she called out, "Oh, right. The compensation for the hospital damage you caused, I've already paid for you. Although it's not urgent now, it will be deducted from your salary later." In Songhai's thoughts, "Uncle, I will definitely find a way to save you." At this moment, he scratched his head and left. As expected, I still have to pay compensation. She watched Yanhao's retreating back and fell into thought. My intuition tells me that he holds the key to turning a mutated beast into a human. The car stopped in front of the patrol team's barracks, Red Rock City. Yanhao looked at Kang Yu doubtfully. "You want to join the special forces too?" He slammed the car door shut. Kang Yu confidently pointed to himself. "Captain Song and Vice Officer Lin both think highly of me, although I'm joining the logistics department. But Yanhao, we can help each other out in the future." He looked at him helplessly. "What's this guy's name again? I probably never cared much before." Suddenly he waved towards the back. "Yanhao, it's Captain Gu." "He's okay." He turned his head back. In front of him was Jia Jun, surrounded by a group of people. He let out a "huh." The red-haired leader spoke up, "Old Gu, that year you slapped me for that mute woman." He kicked Jia Jun hard in the stomach, causing him to cough violently in pain. "Now you look like a stray dog, begging our city defense team to pay compensation to your team members." That's Zhang Shui, captain of the Red Rock City defense team. Kang Yu saw this and was furious. He rushed forward. "You bastards!" But he was restrained by two men. "Just you." He yelled, "Let go of Captain Gu." Zhang Shui grabbed Jia Jun's chin. "Kneel down and lick the mud off my shoes. Otherwise," he smugly pointed at Kang Yu and threatened, This kid's arm. I'll break it for you to use as a cane. Hearing this, he was furious but could do nothing. He clenched his teeth tightly. Jagun had no choice but to endure the humiliation. He slowly knelt down. Suddenly, at this moment, Yanhao pulled him up. No need to kneel. He was surprised to see him. Yanhao, you? He gave him an affectionate smile. You helped me with a lot of things before. This time it's my turn to repay you. After saying that, Yanhao looked at the group of people and shouted loudly, Today I, Yanhao, am here. Whoever dares to touch a single hair on Captain Gu's head, I'll chop his bones to pieces and burn them for firewood. Hearing this, the veins on the faces of the 4 men bulged. Their blood boiled with anger, letting out a huh. The 4 of them, overestimating their own strength, swung their clubs. You're looking for death. With his strength, Yanhao easily ducked to dodge. A high kick straight to the face of the one in front of the astonished eyes of the crowd. 1, 2. Then he spun around and used his elbow to hit the chin of the one on the right. The 2 behind swung their clubs, but Yanhao had already ducked to dodge the blow and retaliated with a kick to the knee joint. 3, 4. And the last one, he just gently punched him in the stomach, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood. The 4 men flew straight into the wall. The wall shattered, sending stones flying everywhere in an instant. 4 men rushed up, some unconscious, some clutching their legs, lying in a mess. One of them shouted, Our captain is an E-rank soldier. You dare to lay a hand on us? You're dead meat. But Zhang Shui had a flash of surprise. He flashed past in 4.4 seconds. How is this kid so fast? He played dirty, pulling out a gun. You trash from the patrol team. You dare to oppose the city defense team. Do you believe I'll... But before he could finish his words, the gun fired. Yanhao just leaned slightly, dodging all 3 bullets fired. He smirked, believe it. He quickly rushed forward and grabbed the gun in his hand. But your firing speed... The gun was crushed by Yanhao like squeezing an orange. In front of Zhang Shui's terrified eyes. Too slow on. His hand, a wisp of light smoke emanated. Only 1% of Song Yi's. Zhang Shui was still unwilling to give up and drew a dagger to attack him. But Yanhao just used one hand to firmly hold his hand. He trembled in pain. He swatted the dagger away, and with one hand grabbed his neck and lifted him up. You said you wanted to make Captain Gu kneel just now. Zhang Shui's whole body trembled, but he still managed to shout, You! What are you going to do? I'm warning you, don't... Yanhao tightened his grip on his neck even more. Now, he used all his strength and slammed him to the ground. The surrounding rocks shattered. It's your turn. Zhang Shui, after taking that blow, was knocked unconscious, foaming at the mouth. Everyone shouted in complete astonishment. He actually managed to dodge bullets. Crushed a standard pistol with his bare hands. A red mist appeared on his arm. The physical strength enhanced by the beast core is strong, beyond expectation. That group quickly carried the injured and fled with their tails between their legs. Jump away, monster, run. Yanhao bent down and picked up the heavy crutch. Kang Yu put a hand on his shoulder. Brother Yan, you were a god of war just now. He turned to ask, Oh, are you still okay? He immediately replied, It's nothing, my body can take a beating. Jagan took the crutch from Yanhao. Thank you, he replied. What's there to thank? Captain Gu, you always helped me before. Now that I'm standing up for you, isn't that what I should do? He was a little hesitant. But if the city defense team comes looking and causes trouble for you... At this moment, Kang Yu reassured him. Captain, don't worry. He turned to Yanhao. Right now, Yanhao and I are members of the Special Forces. The city defense team wouldn't dare do anything to us. Scene changed to the temporary base of the Special Forces, Red Rock City. Song Yi's voice rang out. Are the transfer procedures done? He just hummed in response. She continued, I've sent your application to join the team to headquarters. She held out the approved invitation letter in front of him. Headquarters has approved, Yanhao exclaimed. The efficiency is not bad. His mouth curved into a smile. So that means I'm an official member now. Right, Songhai said coolly. Not so fast, Yanhao. Next is the real challenge. She looked seriously into his eyes. You must immediately go to the headquarters in Hucheng to participate in the selection assessment for the Crimson Blood Combat Division of the Special Forces. She encouraged, but I believe with your strength, passing is definitely not a problem. Yanhao turned to leave, a confident smile on his face. Understood. Wait for me to break the record. Time flew by until the next morning. In Hucheng, 4 military vehicles drove in parallel on the road. Song Yi operated the screen. This is the capital of Hucheng. It's also where the headquarters of the Crimson Blood is located. Yanhao, sitting in his back, pointed at Kang Yu. I heard that official members of the Crimson Blood have to be at least D-rank soldiers. So how are the soldier ranks assessed? This guy is so weak. He was puzzled. And yet he's allowed to participate in the Crimson Blood's assessment. He scratched his neck. I'm pretty tough, you know. She explained, he's joining the logistics team, not the combat team, so he doesn't need to take the combat assessment. Kang Yu smiled and put his arm on Yanhao's shoulder smugly. The logistics team will also go into battle with you. You'll have to rely on me in the future. Yanhao said, good timing now that we have some time. Let's sync up our information. Song-yi patiently explained, people like me, who can activate special abilities, are collectively called soldiers. Soldiers are divided into 6 combat strength levels, SABC. D&E, the Special Response Team headquarters, has a specialized assessment system. The most basic are physical fitness and physical ability. She continued, as for alien beasts, they are classified from weak to strong. As Scout class, Beast class, Behemoth class, and Catastrophe class, these 5 levels. Usually, an E-rank soldier can defeat a Scout class alien beast. Similarly, a C-rank soldier can defeat an Overlord class alien beast. A and B-rank soldiers can defeat Behemoth class alien beasts. And S-rank soldiers can defeat Catastrophe class alien beasts. Yuanhao listened intently. Also, the compatibility with the Beast Core also affects the rank. He asked, doubtfully, Beast Core compatibility? Song-yi nodded, In the current apocalypse, only alien beasts mutated by the Red Fog have special abilities. As for human soldiers, they can only rely on Beast Core equipment to adapt to the Beast Core and activate special abilities. She turned around. Physique, talent, luck, all of these affect the Beast Core compatibility. The higher the compatibility, the stronger the quality and quantity of the activated special abilities. If you can't adapt to the Beast Core, the highest you can be rated is E-rank. At this moment, a screeching sound was heard. The car carrying the 3 of them stopped. A soldier raised his hand. Sorry, this road is blocked for traffic. Please take a detour. She spoke with a hint of a threat. You dare to block the special response team? They still blocked the way. We are also on official business. We really have no other choice. At this moment, a car passed by. The mysterious figure inside caught her eye. Songhai thought to herself, the Crimson Blood's recruitment assessment. Why is a big shot from the Liu Teng group here? Something is not right. 1 hour later, at the Crimson Blood recruitment assessment site, 40 people stood in line. Above were 3 examiners. The Crimson Blood is humanity's strongest backer, also the sharpest blade, of the Special Response Team. The one speaking is Lin Yongxin, the Crimson Blood's chief examiner, an A-rank soldier. His voice was powerful. I don't care what your background is. Once you're here, you follow the rules here. His voice echoed across the field. Pulling strings here is absolutely not allowed, no matter who you are. If you don't have real skills, don't even dream of staying in the Crimson Blood. At this point, Yongxin waved his hand. First item, physical fitness assessment. Start 100-meter sprint with a 50-kilo load. Yanhao sprinted ahead. Loaded sprint 5.1 seconds. Magnetic weighted kettlebells. While everyone else gritted their teeth to lift 100 kilos, he lifted 500 kilos with one hand, as easily as lifting a log. The person next to him gaped. Lifting 500 kilos with one hand, punching power test. He just stood still and punched lightly. The machine broke just like that. He left before everyone's astonished eyes. The punching power machine is broken and cannot be calculated. 10 minutes later, Yanhao stood before Yongxin and reported. Reporting to the chief examiner, all items have been completed. He looked at the control panel in his hand. Confirmed, total score 198 points. Hearing that score, everyone was immediately surprised. 198 points. The previous highest rookie record was only 140 points. Is this kid cheating? He's dead meat. At this moment, someone stepped forward. Instructor Lin. The highest record for a rookie joining the team is 140 points. He didn't believe the score he was told. His score far exceeds the record. He is Zhang Jin, the younger brother of the captain of the defense team. I don't believe it. Yongxin glanced at Zhang Jin. I personally supervised. There are also surveillance cameras. Are you questioning me? The corner of his mouth lifted. I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. I was just curious. Zhang Jin walked past Yanhao. You are Yanhao of the patrol team. Red Rock City. He replied coldly, so what? A cunning smile appeared on his lips. Nothing, just saying hello. After all, we're from the same town. Just you wait, kid. A murderous glint flashed in his eyes. What my brother endured, I will make you pay back double. She turned her head doubtfully to look at his retreating back. Hometown? Yongxin read his information. His name is Zhang Jin, the son of the Red Rock City defense team captain. Do you know him? He refused, I don't know him. But in his head, he recognized him. The Red Rock City defense team, huh? I see. The people of the city defense team are rotten to the core. 4. He announced everyone's scores and rankings one by one. The physical fitness test results are as follows. 30th, Zhang San, 89 points. 29th, third place, Zhang Jin, 123 points. Second place, Jin Ying, 135 points. First place. He emphasized Yan's score. Hao Yanhao, 198 points. The orange-haired girl looked at him with great interest. I originally just came to participate in the assessment for fun. I didn't expect there to be such a strong rookie this year. How interesting. I must study him carefully. This is Jin Ying, a senior researcher at the Technical Intelligence Bureau. His voice rang out. The top 15 on the list stay. Move on to the next test item. Zhang Jin sat in a room in the single dormitory. He pondered to himself, I could have taken first place. He grumbled, who knew that 2 more monsters would show up. A voice came from the tablet on the table. If your brother hadn't been a lackey for Liu Teng, would you even be qualified to take the exam? On the screen, 2 men with long, slender legs exuded an overwhelming aura. He said, you only have 1 chance. You're on your own. His face darkened. For my brother's sake, I must get into the crimson blood. Everyone gathered around the beast core testing machine, looking serious. Yongsan held up the bracelet in his hand. This test isn't complicated. You just need to wear this bracelet. Then he placed his hand on the bracelet and continued. Then place the beast core in the wrist guard to conduct the test. That's all. Those with beast core compatibility, below 40% will be eliminated directly. In case anyone is still unclear, I'll briefly explain what a beast core is. Yongsan gestured to the beast core quality chart and said, first of all, only beasts above the hunting dog level can produce them. The stronger the beast, the higher the quality it produces. By embedding it, a warrior can use special abilities just like an alien beast. Everyone has a different compatibility with the beast core, and based on that compatibility, they will awaken talents, with bodies of different attribute abilities. Yongsan continued, this wrist guard is the lowest level. It can only test compatibility. You won't get any special abilities. After you officially join the unit's combat unit, special response, we will provide you with beast cores and better alien beast equipment, he declared with great vigor. The beast core compatibility test starts now. 1 by 1 come forward for the test. First person. Compatibility rate, 39%. He yelled, I ranked 5th in physical strength. Why is this test harder than killing an alien beast? Next contestant compatibility, 56%. He was overjoyed. I passed, I can join the crimson blood. Yongsan turned to Zhang Jin. It's your turn. Zhang Jin turned his back, his eyes bloodshot. He snorted coldly. He picked up the beast core, his face a mixture of anxiety and fear. He pressed the beast core firmly into the bracelet on his hand. His eyes were bloodshot, his voice determined. Listen to me now. The screen displayed the white text D rank 60% compatibility on a red background. Everyone looked at Zhang Jin in astonishment. The strongest of the new batch was only 56%. So he's the strongest of this batch, isn't he? Zhang Jin had a triumphant expression on his face. A bunch of trash. I'm the strongest of this batch. Then he stepped down, amidst the cheers and laughter of the crowd. Jin Ying excitedly asked Yan Hao, you're from Red Rock City. Why have I never heard of anyone as strong as you before? She continued, after all, I'm the know-it-all in the Technical Intelligence Bureau. And yet you still escaped my notice. You're not simple. She chattered on. The abnormal fluctuation in the red fog concentration in Red Rock City a few days ago might have something to do with you too. Yan Hao played dumb. What are you talking about? I don't understand a single word. She said, it's fine if you don't admit it. After all, you just need to know that I'm very interested in you. Yan Hao was speechless. Yan Hao teased, well then, Miss Know-It-All, can I ask you to listen? For some news. Jin Ying winked playfully. Sure, but I have a condition. She pointed to the compatibility meter. As long as your score surpasses mine, then whatever you want to know, I can tell you. She enthusiastically emphasized anything. Next, Jin Ying she ran happily over. Here, here. She raised her arm with the bracelet high and said loudly, everyone look carefully. Zhang Jin's record will be broken by yours truly. Yan Hao was quite worried in his heart. Is she really that strong? Zhang Jin next to him looked disdainful. Child's play. She confidently picked up the beast core, a happy smile on her lips. She spun the beast core in her hand, as if playing with a stone. She touched the beast core to the bracelet on her hand. Look carefully. Everyone shouted in unison, Soldier D 78%. This is impossible. This kind of achievement has never been seen before. Is there a problem with the machine? She smiled smugly, looking triumphant. She gave a thumbs up, showing that she had done a great job. She ran towards Yan Hao. See, I told you I would break Zhang Jin's record. Zhang Jin stammered. You. Zhang Jin was furious in his heart. Besides Yan Hao, I can't let this fool go either. The last one, Yan Hao. Yan Hao looked worried. He thought her strength was very strong. Maybe she wasn't lying. Indeed, she knows a lot. Jin Ying stood by taunting, well, feeling the pressure yet in Yan Hao's heart to get a clue about Xiao Shui. I have to win this bet. He said heroically, you watch closely. Yan Hao looked at the beast core. He thought, according to Song Hai, she said, my soldier level must be at least C rank. The quality of this beast core is exactly the same as the one I absorbed. They were both black before. He smiled confidently. So what will its compatibility be? He raised his hand. Come on, let's see what my potential is. 1. On the information board, the dazzling red text C rank appeared. Everyone was stunned, their jaws dropping in amazement. It says C rank up there. That's something only a squad leader should have. The system's voice sounded out error. The system has detected that the Beast Core's compatibility is... Everyone was on edge. What about the compatibility? What happened? The system's voice continued to ring out. No, it's 0%. Yanhao's eyes were stunned. A look of shock was clearly visible on his face. At this moment, Zhang Jin laughed loudly, looking smug. What a useless piece of trash, what a funny joke. Even the Beast Core rejects you. But Yanhao was still calm now. His face darkened. He lifted one hand slightly, and suddenly realized something was wrong. He saw the Beast Cores in his hand start to crack. Yanhao thought to himself, trouble. Then one of his eyes flashed brightly. My body is trying to devour this Beast Core. But at the same time, Jinying ran quickly to the control panel and shouted, percent compatibility has never appeared before. The worst is at least 1%. I have to record this. Old man will definitely be very happy. But he still looked disdainful in his heart. Oh, that kid's Beast Core. Then he turned to Yongshin and said, Instructor Lin, Yanhao has stolen the Beast Core. The Beast Core in his hand disappeared. Hearing this, he became angry and shouted loudly, Yanhao, put your hands up. Let me see your bracelet and the Beast Core. At this moment, there was nothing on his hand. Yongshin asked again, where is your Beast Core? Yanhao immediately explained, raising his hands helplessly. I don't know what's going on either. This is really awkward. I have to come up with an excuse quickly. Otherwise, I'll definitely be turned into an experiment. Right now, from Yanhao's hand, suddenly emanated huge sources of energy. He thought to himself, I'll take a gamble, transforming the Beast transformation into an ability activated by the Beast Core. Right at this moment, those energy sources condensed, creating a demonic hand on Yanhao's hand. Zhang Jin was a little confused. What the hell is that? Yongshin, holding a weapon, charged forward and ordered, everyone on alert, fall back. Witnessing this scene, Jinying looked surprised and laughed loudly. Could this be Beast transformation? He was surprised. Beast transformation. Yongshin was still standing there in astonishment. Is this guy infected? Everyone fall back. We can only take this subject down right here. She shouted again in embarrassment. Hey Yanhao, can you hear me? Seeing this, he turned in surprise. What's wrong? Yongshin, seeing them talk to each other like that, was surprised. You haven't lost your mind. But at the same time, the energies entering Yanhao's hand seemed to be the power of this Beast Core. It went in on its own. So that's how it is. Jinying ran over, hugged his arm, and said, there's no loss of control. This is a transformation ability. Oh my god, this is the first time this has been discovered. The others here were all chattering excitedly. His expression changed immediately. I've really hit the jackpot. A beast transformation that can also self-heal. I've never heard of it. It must be a rare special ability. Yanhao turned to her with a surprised expression. Who are you anyway? Why do you know so much? Jinying immediately replied. I told you I'm a know-it-all. Yongshin put his hand on her head. He added, her name is Jinying, a contestant in this round of the Crimson Blood, at the same time a senior researcher of the Technical Intelligence Bureau. Her father is Major General Jin Anqing, in charge of the entire Technical Research Department. Jinying was startled and shouted, Instructor Lin, you dare to reveal secrets. My sense of mystery is all gone now. At this moment, he held out his hand and said, all right, the comedy ends here. Yanhao, hand over the Beast Core. Hearing this, he helplessly scratched his head. Instructor Lin, it's really not that I'm unwilling to hand it over. Yanhao pointed to his wrist. It's this thing, it's stuck in me and won't come out. After that, they talked a lot more. So annoying, he thought. The Beast Core really entered his body. He clutched his head. I have to report this to the Liu Teng people quickly. This guy is a perfect test subject. A while later at the radiation lab, he was lying inside a machine for a body scan. But the examiners were talking to each other. Never heard of it. How can a Beast Core grow on a person? Moreover, the Beast Core seems to have fused with his body. It can't be easily removed. At that moment, Anqing and Jinying arrived. The examiner became flustered. Director Jin, what do you think? He put a hand to his chin and smiled, worth researching. There are definitely more secrets in him. Yongshin was also here now. He asked Director Jin, excuse me, what's the situation? What's this kid's background anyway? He replied, why does Chishui still insist on following the strict rule of not accepting anyone if their compatibility rate is below 40%? Songlian spoke up. Stop keeping secrets, old Jin. Tell us what's really going on. He answered, the testing equipment was co-developed by my team and Liu Teng. I understand it better than anyone. It's not 0%. Jinying whined from behind him. Dad, hurry up and say it. The suspense is killing me. What's up with him? Anqing's face darkened. He made the machine exceed its measurement threshold. His adaptability is unprecedented. Yes, it exceeded the maximum theoretical value we set. 100%. After hearing this, he immediately turned and left. Yongshin, come with me now. He quickly replied, yes, sir. Yanhao thought to himself. The star core is turning from black to red. Is it because I absorbed that small beast core? Before absorbing the beast core of the overlord level insect, allowed me to seize its special ability, and also activated the star core in my body. This time absorbing a low-level beast core didn't grant me any abilities, but the star core has been strengthened. The star core's purity increases its color, turning rust red. The efficiency and total reserve of the red fog increase. In other words, the stronger the beast I absorb, the stronger I become, like the color of old rust reddish-brown with spots. As long as I keep devouring beasts, I can evolve indefinitely. At the Special Response Team headquarters, the majestic Chishui headquarters radiated an imposing and unpredictable aura. Songhai loudly questioned Song Lian. I was the one who brought Yan Hao here. Is there a problem with him joining my team? Song Lian sternly said, Captain Songhai, watch your status and how you address me. Besides, aren't you paying far too much attention to that C-rank rookie? She said urgently, Dad, I promised I'd let him join my team. You can't make me a soldier who breaks her promises. Her promises? Song Lian walked away coldly. A soldier's honor is to the country, not to an individual. Yan Hao has joined Yongsan's team. That cannot be changed. He's a squad leader in Chishui. Are you really going to fight him for a soldier? Return to your post. That's an order. Songhai reluctantly replied understood. But in her mind she was scheming. I'll just have to find another way. Meanwhile, in the lounge of the Chishui military district, someone shouted an announcement, Yan Hao. Yan Hao, big news. Jin Ying happily ran to Yan Hao, the monster lair. Newly discovered between Hucheng and Redstone City will be explored by Chishui rookies. I asked Instructor Lin to let our group form a team. Yan Hao C-rank, Chishu Special Response Team member of Lin Yongsan's squad. He was surprised to hear that. Afterward, Yongsan briefed the two on the mission. The mission objective is to scout and assess the threat level. Stay vigilant. Although it's a low-level monster lair, it could still be altered by the red fog. Jin Ying D-rank, Senior Researcher, Chishu Technical Intelligence Bureau, member of Lin Yongsan's squad. She confidently told Yan Hao, gathering data is my specialty. Don't worry, I'll cover you. Not long after, they got in the vehicle to carry out their mission. Jin Ying said the threat level of a monster lair is divided into 4 levels: low, medium, high, and extreme. The types are also divided into many categories. The low-level lair we're going to is a hive type. Its characteristic is a simple structure, but the tunnels inside are complex. The worst part is a swarm of stinging bees with a large number of workers and a few soldiers. He wondered, a wasp nest. Can one person handle it? Why do we need 3 vehicles full of people? She replied knowingly, iron wasps are not tiny honeybees, you know. Before Jin Ying could finish, the driver cut her off. Looks like there's something up ahead. Hearing this, Yan Hao immediately looked out at the scene. These wasps are that big, she replied irritably. I told you they're scout-level iron wasps, not honeybees. Unnamed driver, former patrol team private, currently special response team, orderly. He quickly swerved to avoid the wasps. Everyone hold on tight. The swarm simultaneously launched dozens of stingers at the vehicle. Jin Ying panicked. This is bad. This is the iron wasp's stinger attack. Our armored vehicle can't withstand it. He immediately volunteered. Leave the swarm outside to me. It's a good chance to test this newly developed move. The vehicle was now under constant attack from thousands of stingers from the swarm. Yan Hao quickly melted the car door. He launched himself outside. You guys find cover and defend yourselves. I'll be right back. Yan Hao powerfully swung his arm, confronting the ferocious swarm. The driver exclaimed in amazement. What is that ability? He turned the door into a weapon. She smiled smugly and explained, it's a transformation ability. During the assessment test, he absorbed a beast core. At the time, I thought he could only transform himself. I never expected that he could also cover other objects with his transformation ability, so he can turn anything into a weapon. It's truly amazing. I must record his combat data. I definitely have to study it carefully. Outside, while he was fighting from nowhere, an attack of a deep blue color shot straight towards him. It pierced right through the covering on Yan Hao's arm. Blue, what the hell is that? This thing is even stronger than the iron wasp's stinger. It can penetrate my defense. I have to find out where it's being shot from. Otherwise, I'll be worn down and killed sooner or later. He immediately shouted a warning. There's another enemy. Unknown attack source. Jin Ying, you guys be careful, find cover. Jin Ying and the driver immediately ran from the car. She yelled, get behind that rock. A person in protective gear and a flamethrower ran out from another vehicle, saying iron wasps are afraid of fire. Jin Ying yelled a warning, don't go out, but it was too late. As soon as the person left the cover of the rock, he was hit. The blue arrow pierced through the fuel tank, making the tank explode. That person was engulfed in the explosion. Yan Hao, while fighting the swarm, yelled and asked Jin Ying, where are those blue spikes coming from? She looked up information on her tablet and replied, it's the hound-level queen bee. Its tail stinger has venom. That can corrode C-rank armor and below. There's a hound level here, the intel was wrong. This isn't a low-level lair at all. He said, "Help me deal with these scout-level honeybees. I'm going to kill that queen." Jin Ying immediately got into a fighting stance. She replied, "Got it." Jin Ying D-rank elemental-type basic ability Wind Force. She raised her hand, preparing to cast Windstorm. The wind around her suddenly became fierce. Jin Ying commanded Rise Wind. The gale pushed back the low-level iron wasps. The red fog was blown away, revealing the queen bee's position. He locked onto the target in his sights. Gotcha. It looked much stronger and fiercer than the other normal bees. Yanhao used his strength to twist the shield from earlier into a long cylinder. He formed a sharp spear. This shape should do. Yanhao stomped hard on the ground to get momentum. The ground cracked. He got into a ready stance, his eyes fixed on the target ahead. Yanhao threw the spear with extreme force towards the bee. Queen Go, a surge of red power, shot straight towards the iron wasp. It pierced right through the iron wasp's body. It roared in pain. It hit! Jin Ying stared at the iron wasp. Impossible. After being fatally pierced by Yanhao, it's acting like nothing happened. Her eyes sharpened. A hound level. Beast can't be this terrifyingly strong. She thought, could it be because... She ran quickly towards Yanhao. She shouted, "Yanhao, don't let it escape!" She looked towards them. It's about to advance to Overlord level. Yanhao lay sprawled on the ground. Let it go. He had no strength left. He thought, without the red fog to replenish my energy, I should have saved some strength to fight the queen. Jin Ying looked down smugly at Yanhao on the ground. Are you pretending to be dead? Do you want me to give you mouth to mouth? Yanhao muttered. I'm not interested in kids. Jin Ying huffed. Who are you calling a kid? She cheerfully offered a candy bar to Yanhao. Eat this first, take the little break. Yanhao hesitated. Actually, he wasn't out of energy because he was hungry. Jagun hurriedly ran towards them, calling out, Yanhao, are you guys okay? Yanhao said, we're fine. Clean up the battlefield, and while you're at it, set up a temporary position. This needs to be reported up immediately. Jin Ying cheekily said, already reported it a long time ago. Everyone looked towards a raised mound of earth. Jin Ying looked at the concentration meter and said, the red fog concentration in the base is still low. We can enter with protective gear. Yanhao worriedly asked, aren't we waiting for backup? Jin Ying retorted, that queen bee is injured. This is a great opportunity to collect data and eliminate it. Besides, the threat level of this base has now risen to medium-high. She continued, if we succeed, it means we've completed a mission above our rank. We can get a lot of benefits. At the Special Response Team headquarters in the room of Chief of Staff Song Lian, he stood with his back to Yongsan. Right now, the higher-ups' opinions are sharply divided. It's not just us. The ones who hope he becomes a high-level combat asset. There's also a bunch of mad scientists who advocate for using him as a research subject. Song Lian's gaze was sharp. Yanhao is very special. Keep a close eye on him for me. Yongsan's face was grim. Urgent message. Song Lian ordered, connect me quickly. Yes, sir, Yongsan replied. He angrily roared into the phone. What did you say the threat level of the base Yanhao's team is scouting is changing from low to high? Yanhao and Jin Ying have already gone inside. Yongsan's face darkened. Isn't this a reckless move? Song Lian said. That little Jin Ying may seem unreliable, but she's actually very cautious. She wouldn't take such a risk. Something is strange about this. As if realizing something, he hurriedly gave an order. Dispatch the nearest Qishui team for support. Songhai will lead and depart immediately. The main objective is to ensure the safety of Jin Ying and Yanhao. The vice officer quickly entered, his voice grave. Report! Yongsan was surprised to see him. Song Lian asked, aren't you supposed to be in the hospital? Yongsan nodded. Song Lian ordered, Lin, vice officer, immediately report to Captain Song Rui and assume the position of vice officer. This is an order. The vice officer was serious. Yes, sir. Yongsan's face was dejected. So it was you who arranged for him to be by Song Rui's side before. Song Lian dodged the question, gesturing, go. He thought, Ernie, although I don't know why you're interested in Yanhao, this is all a father can do for you. Yanhao walked with Jin Ying. He thought only I, as a member of Qi Shui, and Jin Ying, who has protective gear, can withstand the red fog. I hope everything goes smoothly. Jin Ying said the energy reading hasn't changed much. She found it strange. But that queen bee from earlier, once it matures to overlord level, the difficulty of clearing the base will increase greatly. Yanhao suddenly stopped Jin Ying. Stop. The iron wasp rose large and proud, instilling fear in people. Yanhao and Jin Ying were horrified. Crap, it's the mutated armored poison stinger queen. Looking at its size and the mouth part on its tail, its overlord level, Jin Ying was shocked. It really succeeded in evolving. In her heart, how is this possible? The low red fog concentration clearly doesn't support its rapid advancement. And not only that, the other scout-level poison stinger bees have also been enhanced. She was terrified. The red fog concentration has long exceeded the warning value. Why didn't the analyzer give any warning at all? Yanhao looked at Jin Ying slumped on the ground. He called out Jin Ying. Jin Ying said, also the protective suit is malfunctioning. The effectiveness of the arms and legs against the red fog is weakening. There's a traitor in Chishui. Suddenly, from the large holes in the cave, ear-piercing sounds were emitted. Yanhao quickly grabbed Jin Ying's hand and yelled, "Retreat!" His face showed a triumphant gleam. He was worried about not having red fog energy, and it came to him on its own. But first, I need to find a safe place for Jin Ying. Otherwise, with this terrain, I can't fight with peace of mind. He kicked a large rock hard, causing it to crack. He said to Jin Ying, "Hide here. This place is hidden and ventilated. You can hold out for a while." Then he ordered Jin Ying, "You contact headquarters and tell the reinforcements to prepare protective gear. I'll go hold them off." Jin Ying confidently replied, "Leave it to me. I'll update them with the data in the base and the latest situation." The latest situation for them. Yanhao turned to leave. Suddenly a voice called out, "Hey, Yanhao." He turned back to see a playful Jin Ying. "If you don't come back, I'll haunt you even in hell." Yanhao firmly asserted, "Don't worry. I'll definitely be back." He strode confidently towards the Iron Wasp. He thought, "I finally have enough strength to protect the important people. So this time I promise, just like with Xiao Shui." He yelled towards the Iron Wasp, "Come on, I absolutely cannot fail." Yanhao was in a difficult situation, surrounded by Iron Wasp beasts. He gathered his strength and thought, "That energy cannon moved from the Overlord-level armored insect. With my remaining red fog energy, I only have enough for one shot. I absolutely cannot fail." Yanhao swung his arm back and said to himself, "Focus. First I have to condense it." He attacked with his technique. Crimson Star condensation burst, then exploded. Yanhao's energy was so immense that it flooded the space in a sea of red. His technique shot out and pierced straight into the beast. After the fog gradually dissipated, Yanhao wondered, did it work? Suddenly wisps of gas appeared at his feet. Yanhao recognized it. Red fog. Right at this moment, countless pairs of Iron Wasp eyes appeared before him. Yanhao's face immediately darkened. "You've got to be kidding me." 3 minutes ago, Jin Ying complained, "It's the analysis device as expected. Someone tampered with it." There. Now it should be able to measure the red fog concentration normally. A warning sound went off. "Danger, danger, red fog concentration exceeding limits." She clenched her teeth. How is this number so high? It's already exceeded twice the warning level. And then a huge gust of wind attacked Jin Ying. She hurriedly covered her body. Jin Ying glanced and saw light through a small crack outside. Did it explode? Oh no, the condensed red fog is making the fog even denser. By absorbing the high-concentration red fog, these swarms of bees can evolve rapidly. Even the lowest scout level has evolved to hound level. The Iron Wasp was baring its fangs and claws to attack Yanhao. He felt uneasy. How are there more of them the more I fight? And they're getting stronger too. Even with the red fog around, my replenishment speed can't keep up with my consumption. Yanhao struggled to hold on. If this continues, I'll be completely depleted. Jin Ying watched anxiously. Can Yanhao handle it? Wait, his neck. This is a symptom of red fog infiltration. His protective suit must have been tampered with too. She raised the red fog meter and observed. Jin Ying was shocked. The number is still rising. He's about to lose control. I have to blow away the red fog around Yanhao first. She used the power of her air pressure bullet technique. Immediately, the wind created by Jin Ying blew away the red fog around him. She gave a thumbs up. Now's the time. Finally, Jin Ying lowered her thumb and declared loudly, "Detonate." Immediately, a massive explosion occurred, leaving Yanhao standing in the middle stunned. He felt a sense of fear and cursed inwardly. Yanhao's face turned pale. Who blew away the red fog? My power has been interrupted. The swarm of Iron Wasps with their glowing red eyes were extremely ferocious. They scrambled to launch their sharp stingers at him. Yanhao used his arms to shield his body. He looked and assessed. The venom on these bee stingers has a paralyzing effect. But right at this moment, sharp spikes shot towards him from behind. Yanhao's eyes darkened. He felt a sense of dread. Not good, I can't dodge in time. In that very instant, Yongsan rushed in with a flash of light. He used his back to block the attacks for him. Yanhao looked at the newcomer in surprise and exclaimed, "Vice Officer Lin." Yongsan clenched his teeth and said with difficulty, "The battle isn't over yet. Focus." The two of them were now surrounded by the Iron Wasps. Suddenly, the space was filled with magical shots. The one who arrived was Song Rui. She came to rescue everyone. He wondered, "Captain Song, why are you here?" She shouldered her gun and replied, "We received orders from headquarters. We're here to provide you with support." Song Rui ordered all units attack. "Wipe out these bugs!" Everyone charged forward, responding in unison. "Yes, ma'am." The battle raged chaotically amidst the blazing fire. Everyone followed Song Rui's instructions. Team A use high heat to suppress the path ahead. Team B provide covering fire in the middle. Vice Officer Lin, You and Yan Hao fall back to rest and regroup. The vice officer and Yan Hao obeyed Song Hai's command. They fell back. Understood, Captain Song. At the same time, the Iron Wasp, Queen and Overlord level, curled its sharp tail preparing to attack. A beam of red energy shot out, startling the soldiers who were using flamethrowers. What is this? It's so fast! The attack flew towards the vice officer. A soldier saw it and shouted, "Vice Officer Lin, watch out!" Beside Song Hai, she was still calmly aiming her gun to hit the target. She ordered, "Don't look back, keep running." She deduced, "An Overlord level, huh?" I have no choice but to use that move. After channeling maximum energy, she fired her skill Electromagnetic Annihilation Lightning. The high-voltage electric field created by this move will destroy and paralyze all objects within its range. Electromagnetic Annihilation immediately countered the Iron Wasp's attack and shot straight into its body. The people around saw it and cheered, "Look, Captain Song's attack seems to have hit something. Wait a minute, that body shape. This is the Overlord level Queen Bee, mentioned in the intel that researcher Jin sent us." At this moment, the Iron Wasp was weakened, so it flew up to escape. Its entire body was still sparking with residual electricity from the attack. Song Hai spoke up. "It's running upwards. I've paralyzed it so it can't get far. Eliminate the surrounding swarm. Rescue is the priority." Everyone replied in unison, "Understood." Yan Hao, upon seeing her power, was surprised. He exclaimed, "So Song Rui is this strong?" The vice officer turned to explain. After all, the last time she came to Redstone City, she didn't bring her primary combat gear. She wasn't even wearing her combat protective suit, so she couldn't go all out. Song Hai walked over and asked, "Where's Jin Ying?" He pointed and replied, "She's over there." Behind them, Jin Ying stood with her arms crossed. She said with a resentful tone, "Ice block Song. If you were 10 minutes later, you'd be collecting my corpse." Song Hai said, "Miss Jin, when we get back, remember to treat me to a meal for the debt of saving you last time. You still owe me." A soldier, after completing his task, came to report Captain Song. Primary mission, rescuing the injured, is complete. "What should we do next?" She said, "Eliminate the swarm. Remove the threat of this beast lair." While everyone was chattering, Yan Hao secretly snuck away behind them. "I'll take this opportunity to replenish some red fog energy." He stood in the fog, slowly absorbing each wisp. The fog cannon earlier couldn't kill the queen. I have to try again. A moment later, after absorbing enough, Yan Hao raised his hand, feeling each surge of fresh energy. Phew, replenishment complete. He suddenly noticed the red fog was moving, gathering in one place. Similarly, the whole team also noticed the strange movement of the fog. They all looked up in the same direction. The vice officer was curious. It was the Iron Wasp, returning to absorb all the remaining red fog. Jin Ying said loudly, "It's absorbing all the red fog from the lair." It was enduring the pain of transforming its body. Jin Ying was stunned. "This stance, it wants to level up." Impossible. Didn't it just become Overlord level? At that moment, the sound of the scanner in Jin Ying's hand continuously sent out urgent notifications. "Danger, danger. Red fog level about to break through level 4. She looked at the red fog and exclaimed, "Where did all this red fog come from? Could it be that the lair was actually high level?" An Iron Wasp queen opened its mouth full of sharp teeth and let out an ear-piercing scream. Immediately after, a swarm of worker Iron Wasps surrounded the team, buying time for the queen to focus on leveling up. The vice officer saw this and reported, "Captain Song, a large swarm of hound-level bees has appeared behind us." Yan Hao sensed the critical situation. He immediately jumped up and shouted, "Everyone deal with the swarm. I have a way to deal with the queen." The two girls saw this and called out, "Yan Hao." Then Song Rui gave the order, "All units listen up, attack." The swarm provide cover for Yan Hao. The vice officer complied, understood. Yan Hao jumped from wall to wall in a zigzag pattern to attack the Iron Wasp queen. With determined will, "I must finish it off completely. Otherwise everyone will die here." He transformed his arm and attacked with his claws, but it had no effect. He thought, "Just relying on my claws is not enough." He then unleashed his Crimson Star Condensation Burst move, attacking it head-on. He landed on the ground. At the same time, an earth-shattering explosion occurred. Yan Hao carefully observed the situation in the white smoke. Did I succeed? But from within the smoke, an attack shot down as fast as lightning. It flew straight towards him, but he dodged it. Yan Hao analyzed. Just relying on energy bombardment is not enough to deal a fatal blow to it. I need to find a powerful weapon. Afterward, he turned back to look at where the Iron Wasp had attacked. He wondered, the queen bee's stinger. He then walked over and picked up the sharp stinger. Using his beast transformation ability, he wrapped it and turned it into a sword. With a series of attacks from the Iron Wasp, Yan Hao stepped on each stinger to get closer to it. He sliced a stinger in half and gritted his teeth. "I'll wrap all my remaining red fog energy around it. Since you've gifted me a weapon, I'll prepare a return gift for you." He tightened his grip on the sword to prepare for his red Fog slash, a downward slash from the top of the head. It split the iron wasp's body in two. A few seconds later, an explosion erupted from its body. Yanhao planted the sword in the ground, completely exhausted. From within the smoke, a star core gleamed. A red light appeared. He suppressed his fatigue, focusing on the treasure ahead. That's an Overlord-level beast core. He then reached out and grabbed it. He smiled smugly. I got it. He clenched his fist and began to absorb the star core. The energy in his body reacted violently. The energy is so strong. In an instant, it filled the star core in my body. Immediately after, a massive amount of red energy radiated from his body, causing him to collapse in pain. Ugh, I can't take it anymore. Beside him, an electric spark shot out, quickly dealing with the remaining bees. The vice officer reported. Captain, the bee swarm has been eliminated. Jin Ying wondered. Why do I suddenly feel like they've gotten weaker? Songhai said, let's go support Yanhao immediately. She turned back to see him lying motionless on the ground. Seeing this, she shouted, Yanhao! Currently, Yanhao lay motionless on the ground, while Jin Ying was monitoring his condition. She said his heart rate is too fast. Neural signals are disrupted. The blood vessels on his shoulder are like thorns, piercing deep into his flesh. Yanhao gritted his teeth, his face contorted in pain. Jin Ying continued. He's been exposed to too much red fog, and he might lose his mind. Hearing this, Songhai turned to Vice Officer Lin used the portable medical cabin to block the neural transmission. The order was given. He replied curtly, understood. But at the temporary camp outside the Beast Tide, a vehicle sped towards them. A protected personnel got out and lifted him into the cabin, asking Vice Officer Lin, brother Yan, what happened to him? Will he be okay? The vice officer replied softly, he's okay for now. And Songhai turned to say to her, Jin Ying, you're a professional technician, so I'll leave adjusting the parameters and monitoring the cabin. To you. She complied with a curt, okay. As soon as the cabin closed, a system sound beeped. Medical cabin activated. Beginning to inject anesthetic into the chamber. Jin Ying looked at the control machine for a moment, then turned to report to Song Rui. This can only suppress it temporarily. We need to get back to headquarters quickly, for treatment. She crossed her arms and replied softly, I know. But inside his consciousness, there was another Yanhao, but it was like an inner demon strangling him. Its eyes were filled with greed. It said, give your body to me, just embrace the beast transformation. Fragments of memories flashed by. The tears of his father, of his mother, and of his little sister. He thought, am I about to die? I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, Xiao Shui. Yanhao's entire body slowly fell. He thought again, it's all over. Behind his inner demon was the image of his father. He said, take good care of your little sister. And beside him was his mother, who gently smiled and said, survive, my son. You must survive. It pressed down on him, smiling like a victor. A warm, gentle voice. Brother, promise me, you'll definitely come back safely. It was trying to strangle him, but Yanhao's will was slowly recovering. Xiao Shu is still waiting for me. The comrades he traveled with also appeared. Their warm words of encouragement. Yanhao, you're a warrior. The fight isn't over. Focus, Brother Yan, you can definitely do it. And also Jin Ying's slightly arrogant voice. I won't allow you to give up like this. Yanhao, wake up, wake up. He suddenly opened his eyes, still telling himself in his mind, everyone is waiting for me. No, it's not over yet. I have to survive. Chains had tightly bound its limbs, pulling them apart. His will pushed him on fiercely. I have to find Xiao Shui. I want to protect everyone I want to protect. I can't fall here. This isn't just my responsibility. Yanhao pointed directly at himself and said, it's your responsibility too. Bright red lights flew towards him one by one. He thought to himself, come back. Everyone is waiting for us. Yanhao smiled faintly, his red eyes looking at the stone. The price? Is this the price of becoming stronger? Every time I break through, it's like dancing on the edge of an abyss. Suddenly he realized, wait, why? Why can't I open my eyes? My whole body won't move either. Outside, the vehicles were struggling through a thick sandstorm. They couldn't see ahead. A rescuer reported, the sandstorm is so intense I can't see the road. It's too dangerous to keep driving like this. Hearing this, the vice officer looked for a location on his computer. He said, Captain Song, there are ancient city ruins 3 kilometers from here. Maybe we can take shelter there. While the person up front focused on driving, in the backseat Song. 100000266 000001 066. How is it now? 200001566 0000333. She looked at the computer and replied, 3000353 0005766. His vital signs have temporarily stabilized. 4006100 007 But he hasn't regained consciousness yet. Of 008 0009333. She turned to him and said, 600 09600 0011333. Deputy Officer Lin entered the ruins. 700 11500, 0012 800. Tell the vehicles behind to follow. 800 13333, 0015 300. Then one by one, the entire convoy entered the ruins. 900 15 466, 1733. The fog hung thick and the wind swirled. 1000 17 666, 19 600. But in just a moment, the vehicles had advanced inside. 11 0 19 800, 00 2733. Tong Roy spoke loudly. 12 00 21,000, 00 22 100. Everyone out of the vehicles take a break. 13 0 22 66, 00 24 266. She stepped down and surveyed the surroundings. 14 0 24 600, 00 27 5666. Her eyes vigilant. Tong Rui ordered Jin Wan, 15 27 766, 28 800. Something's off here. 16 0 29 266, 00 31 600. Immediately scan the environment for structural instability. 17 0 31 766, 00 33 766. Red mist concentration and heat source signals. 18 0 33 966, 00 35 200. She nodded and replied, got it. 19 0 35 700, 00 38 100. Then she continued to order, protect him well. 20 0 38 500, 00 40 600. This is headquarters top priority. 21 0 40 66, 00 41 966. He firmly replied, understood. 22 0 42 400, 00 43 200. And at the same time, 23 0 43 366, 00 45 733. On the upper floors, masked figures began their plan. 24 0 46 100, 00 47 700. A barrage of green arrows flew swiftly. 25 0 47 766, 00 49 133, causing a slight panic among everyone. 26 0 49 600, 00 50 866. Yongju's expression changed. 27 0 51,000, 00 53 900. While deflecting, he shouted, ambush, find cover quickly. 28 0 54 300, 00 57 066. The whistling arrows struck the hard shell of the vehicle. 29 0 57 100, 00 57 600, and also caused Ichodo 57 600, Yodo 58 466 the spot to corrode. 31 0 58 666, 0 01 01 166. Jin Oan, hiding behind the vehicle, exclaimed in horror, 3200 01 01533, 00 1 01 966, those arrows. 3300 01 01 966, 001 04000, they're coated with Queen Bee venom. 3400 01 04 366, 001 06 333. A large rock fell rapidly from above. 35 01 06 533, 001 08 700. Tong Rui saw this and shouted, split up. 36 01 09 166, 0001 09 666. With that, 37 01 09 6666, 0001 12 100. She forcefully kicked the medical cabin containing him far away. 3800 01 12 366, 001 13 600, escaping the deadly rock. 39 01 14 100, 0001 15 300. She also quickly rushed out. 4000 01 15 333, 0001 17 266. Immediately after the rock hit the ground smoothly, 41 01 17 700, 0001 19 266. Small stones scattered everywhere. 4200 01 19 533, 0001 21 166. And as they were about to fall on her, 43 01 21 300, 0001 22 600. Yongju quickly rushed over. 44 001 22 966, 001 24 566, using his hardened body to block everything. 45 001 24 866, 0001 27,000. He didn't forget to remind Zhao Wan to be careful. 46, 101, 27, 066, 0001, 27, 866, Broken Rocks. 47, 01, 28, 066, 0001, 29, 966. The fog inside made them appear and disappear. 48, 100, 01, 30, 100, 01, 31, 566. The entire building was surrounded. 49, 01, 31, 900, 0001, 33, 400. They were also holding some kind of bottle. 50, 100, 01, 33, 600, 0001, 34, 900. Tong Rui below ordered. 51, 01, 35, 100, 01, 36, 866. Don't let them escape, catch them all. 52, 100, 01, 37, 333, 0001, 38, 933. Then they laughed heartily. 53, 01, 39, 166, 0001, 40, 166. One of them spoke up. 54, 01, 40, 400, 0001, 41, 733. First try this. 55, 01, 41, 900, 0001, 43, 366. With that, they threw the bottles. 56, 01, 43, 400, 0001, 44, 533, which looked like wine downwards. 57, 01, 45, 066, 0001, 46, 6666. The bottles exploded upon hitting the ground. 58, 01, 46, 900, 001, 48, 133, releasing a green smoke. 59, 01, 48, 366, 0001, 50, 333. She worriedly wondered, what is this? 60, 100, 01, 50, 800, 0001, 52, 400. Suddenly, the smoke spread. 61, 01, 52, 566, 0001, 55, 133. Tong Roy quickly covered her nose and said, big trouble. 62, 100, 01, 55, 300, 0001, 57, 100. This is the bodily fluid of a dominant grade exotic beast. 63, 01, 57, 33, 01, 59, 43. This gas has a paralyzing effect. 64, 01, 59, 500, 0201, 366. Seeing the opportune moment, they rushed down. 65, 0201, 400, 0202, 866. Shouting loudly. 66, 0203, 066, 000203, 900. Eliminate them. 67, 0204, 333, 0002, 7000. Heifong rushed towards Tong Roy holding a large axe. 68, 0207, 166, 0002, 07, 966, and didn't forget to say. 69, 0208, 266, 0210, 266. Girl hand over all the good stuff. 70, 100, 02, 10, 800, 0002, 11, 600. She didn't say much. 71, 02, 11, 733, 0002, 13, 266. One kick hit his vulnerable spot. 72, Sonjur, 02, 13, 400, 0002, 14, 700. Her eyes filled with disgust. 73, Zoters, 02, 14, 900, 0002, 15, 700. Get lost. 74, Zozer, 02, 15, 933, 0002, 18, 733. The lightning from her kick sent him flying several meters. 75, Soldier, 02, 19, 066, 0002, 21, 100. Just as she was about to strike again, a chain shot out. 76, Users, 02, 21, 133. 0002, 21, 933, hooking onto the cabin. 77, Ozers, 02, 22, 066. 02, 23, 100, where he was still recovering. 78, Ozers, 02, 23, 266. 0002, 24, 266. Tong Roy froze. In 902, 24, 500. 02, 25, 800. She fell directly to the ground. 80, Hundrers, 02, 26, 066. 0002, 28, 866. She secretly cursed, darn it, my body is paralyzed. 81, Sozerer, 02, 29, 3033, 0002, 32, 366. The gang cheered happily. Hooked it, pull it up quickly. 8200, 02, 32, 566, 0002, 34, 866. These guys are desperately protecting this iron box. 83, Sozerer, 02, 35, 100, 0002, 36, 566. There must be treasure inside. 84 0002 36 966. 0002 38 200. Jin Owan's expression was worried. 8500 02 38 400. 0002 41 200. She quickly rushed to the cabin and shouted, "Don't touch him!" 8600 02 41 600. 02 43 366. A cold arrow shot swiftly and aimed straight. 8700 02 43 66. 0002 44 766, piercing her ankle. 88 02 45 366. 0002 46 866. This caused Jinwan to fall in agony. 89 02 47,000. 002 48 73 like Yongzhi Yanhao. 90 100 02 48 900. 002 50 700. She watched him being taken away by them. I1 Uzur 02 51 133. 0002 52 800. Inside, Yanhao lay still as if asleep. 92 Uzur 02 52 966. 0002 54 700. Red rings surrounded his body. 93 Zozers 02 55 133. 0002 57 600. At this moment, Jinwan's face was pale with pain, her voice trembling. 94 02 57 900. 0002 58 900. We must save Yanhao. 95 Shelter 02 59 100. 003 00,000. Tongroy bent down. 96 Soderd 03 Zoro no 66. Zoro 03 01 733, grabbing the arrow still stuck in Jinawan's leg. 97 Urur 03 01 800. Zoro 03 02 700. Her voice was reassuring. 98 Soderd 03 3000. Zoro 304 700. Just bear with it for a bit, don't talk anymore. 99 Uzur 0305 066. 000306 133. But in her heart, she thought, 100 Tozer 0306 333. 00307 866. Not only was Yanhao captured, 101 Uzur 0308 100. 00309 566. But Jinwan was also injured. Under 2 Hurur 0309 800. 00311 066. What kind of screw-up is this? 103 0003 11 466. 0003 14 133. Then she resolutely broke the arrowhead off her leg. 104 Sur 03 14 600. Sur 03 16 133. Afterward, Tong Rui reminded 105 Uzur 03 16 366. 0003 17 900. For now, this is all we can do. 106 Uzur 03 18 133. 003 19 300. Don't move around recklessly. 107 Zuzhou 03 19 500. 0003 21 600. Jinwan sat back enduring the pain and asked curiously, 108 Soldier 03 22,000. 0003 22 766. Before we arrived, 109 Soldier 03 22 766. 0003 2466. The bandits had already set up an ambush. 110 Sur 03 24 900. 003 25 566. Strange. 111 03 25 566. 003 27 400. How did they know about our actions? 112 Uzur 03 27 933. 003 30 333. Just then, Yongji ran in and reported Team Leader Tong. 113 Zozher 03 30 666. 003 32 166. The scene has been completely cleared. 114 03 32 366. 0003 33 666. Most of the refugees and bandits. 115 Dozier 03 33 733. 0003 35 133 took advantage of us being poisoned. 116 Huzur 03 35 200. 0003 36,000 to escape. 117 Ausur 03 36 166. 0003 37 200. Tong Roy frowned. 118 Zur 03 37 366. Zur 03 38 933. There's a fierce sandstorm outside. 119 Zur 03 39 200. Zur 03 39 766. So they 120 Ozo 3 39 766. Zur 03 41 600 couldn't possibly move Yanhao on the surface. 121 Sozo 03 41 933. 003 43 133. They probably went underground. 122 Hazard 03 43 700. 003 44 766. He immediately continued. 123 Zozero 03 45 166. 00446-966. We found an abandoned elevator shaft. E42044733, verse 48-200. And according to preliminary investigation, 125 0448-366, 00450-066, that might be the way to their hideout. 126 0450-100, 00452-400. She heard this and immediately ordered, assemble immediately. 127 0452-866, 00454-200. Next is combat with humans. 128 0454-600, 00455-800. The goal is to retrieve Yahello. 129 0455-966, 00457-200. Team A, secure the exit. 130 0457-500, 0458-800. Ensure Jinowan's safety. 131 0458-966, 0501-66. Deputy Officer Lin and Team B follow me down. 132 0501-700, 0005-03533. She stated the motto, only success. 133 0005-03933, 0005-06-166, no failure. Everyone responded in unison. Understood. 44 0005-06-500, 0508-266. Suddenly, a hurried voice called from behind. 135 0005-08466, 0005-10-366. Team Leader Tong, please let me come along. 3600 05-10-666, 0005-12-466. She turned back, her voice firm. No. 470005-12-6, 0005-13-766. You're not a combatant. 138 05-14-200, 05-15-566. And the situation below is still unknown. 139 05-15-733, 005-17-466. You and Jinowan stay with Team A. 140 05-17-66, 005-18-76. They will protect you. 141 05-19-333, 0005-2800. Kang Yu frowned and yelled, 142 05-2966, 0005-22-400. Yahello is my good brother. 143 05-22-733, 0005-23-866. He once saved me. 44 05-24-300, 05-25-533. Now he's in danger. 45-25-900, 027-466. How can I just sit and wait? 146 05-27-866, 0005-30-300. Tong Rui paused for a moment, then nodded. All right. 137 05-3500, 05-32-166. Then you follow me. Don't get lost from the team. 148 5-32-366, 0005-33-966. He happily replied, understood. 149 05-34-400, 0005-36-100. At this time, in another area of the ruins, 150 05-36-133, 0005-38-100. A few bandits were whispering in front of the cabin. 51 05-38-366, 0005-39-766. This iron coffin is really heavy. 152 05-39-966, 0005-41-333. What exactly is inside? 153 0005-41-566, 0005-42-466. Who cares? 154 05-42-900, 0005-44-300. If it can be hidden in an armored vehicle. 155 0005-44-366, 0005-45-500. It must be something good. 56 05-45-700, 0005-47-166. Heifeng, holding his axe, walked over and yelled, 157 05-47-200, 005-48-66. Everyone scram. 158 05-48-966, 005-51-133. He used all his strength to grip the axe tightly. 59 05-51-466, 0005-53-266. He swung the axe and slammed it hard onto the cabin. 160 05-53-366, 0005-54-533, but it left no scratches. 0005-54-900, 0005-56-933. Heifeng roared in anger. What the heck? 162 05-57-300, 0005-58-766. This thing is harder than a safe. 163 05-58-933, 0601-200. We've broken several crowbars and hammers. 164 0601-366, 0006027666, but it hasn't budged an inch. Watch D5 Soldier 0603 100. 000604 500. His subordinates looked at each other and whispered. 166 under 0604 566. 00606266. 266. Suddenly one of them spoke up. Let me open it. 167 Caesar 0606 500. 0060733. But you have to let me go down. 168 under 0607 866. 00610 133. He heard this and immediately yelled, "What nonsense are you talking about?" 169 0610 600. 000611 900. Down there is just a dead end. 170 0612 133. 0613 166. The three people who went in last time, 0613 400, 0614 600, still haven't returned. 172. Soldier 0615 166. 000617 400. One of them teased, "Little kid, are you dreaming?" 173 000617 566. 0006 18 666. Another also chimed in. Watter's was 18900. 016 700. Not even a rat. 175 Hoser 0619 766. 0006 21 533. Could survive down there. 06 Hoser 06 21 966. 06 23 800. But Xiaogui didn't waver, his voice firm. Setcher 06 24000. 06 26 066. I've seen it. There's a key to open it. 178. 06 26 366. 0006 29 366. Bet you around? Haifeng grabbed his collar and pulled him up. 179 Soldier 06 29 733. 0630 933. Huh. Who do you think you are? Turned 06 31 366. 06 32 200. He calmly replied. 181 06 32 466. 0006 33 900. If I can open it, release me. 18200 06 34 100. 0006 35 300. If not, then kill me. 183 06 35 366. 006 36 566, or whatever you want. 184. 06 37 100. 06 37 966. He threatened. 185 06 38 166. 006 40 500. If you try any tricks, I'll kill you. 186 06 40 866. 006 42 800. At this moment, inside the cabin, Yan Hao thought. 187 06 43 166. 006 44 966. Although I don't know what happened after. 188 06 44 966. 006 45 766. I lost control. 89 06 46 100. 006 48 333. But it seems I'm currently in the enemy's lair. 190 06 48 766. 006 50 066. After the core crystal was upgraded. 1D1 06 50 200. 006 52 166. My sensory ability was also greatly enhanced. 192 06 52 566. 006 54 300. Not only can I sense the surrounding environment. 193 06 54 366. 006 55 333 and deep underground. 194 06 55 766. 006 57 533. But I can also sense my own body's condition. 500 06 57 566. 006 59 933. What level of red mist core is that? 196 07 166. 0701 700 red mist reserve 67. 197 0701 900. 073 3D3 evolutionary ability beast claw transformation. 198 Suzerd 0703 600. 0007044 400 beast bond transformation. 199 Helder 0704 400. 0706 400 plunder ability red mist bomb venomous gland. 200 Dolger 0706 600. 0007 08 966. And I guess the venomous gland is what I got from the queen bee. 201 0709 366. 0711 166. The bandits dragged the cabin underground. 212 0711 200. 0712 600. They stopped beside a giant skeleton. 203 0712 666. 000713 966. Xiaogui pointed at it and said, 204 0714 333. 0716 133. This is it. Haifeng immediately warned. 205 Azure 07 16 333. 007 17 733. Kid, don't try any tricks. 206 Azure 07 18 166. 0007 20 133. But he pointed to the sharp bone and said, 207 Hoser 07 2333. 007 21 266. The key is this. 208 07 21 700. 007 22 900. He heard this and immediately turned back. 209 Nozer 07 22 966. 0007 24 533 ordering, bring the iron box here. 210 Surya 07 24 900. 0007 26 500. Haifeng held the sharp bone, gritting his teeth. 211 07 26 76. Euro 7 28 266. Kid, it better work. 212 07 28 766. 0007 29 366. Otherwise. 213 07 29 366. 0007 31 133. Suddenly, the cabin behind exploded. 214 07 31 166. 007 33 200, sending the bandits sprawling to the ground in surprise. 215 07 33 533. 0007 34 766. At this moment, dust filled the air. 216 07 34 800. 0007 36 500. One of them yelled in panic, "Boss!" 217 07 36 700. 07 37 800. The box opened itself. 218 07 38 200. 0007 39 900. Suddenly, Yahello appeared in front of them. 219 07 39 966. 07 41 400, his hand emitting green venom. 220 07 41 966. 0007 43 666. This caused two subordinates to inhale the toxic gas. 221 07 43 666. 07 444 66. Their faces gradually deforming. 222 07 44 500. Or 07 46 066. One of them screamed in pain, "It's poison!" 223 07 46 466. 07 47 733. They all fell to the ground. 224 07 47 800. 07 49 333. Yahello said coldly, "NDT 0. 225 07 49 566. 0007 51 533. Used as a support skill to control the situation. 226 07 51 600. 07 52 66. It's quite useful. 227 07 53 100. 07 54 366. Haifeng saw this and gritted his teeth. 228. 07 54 700. 0007 55 700. There's someone inside. 07 55 966. 007 58 800. Could it be that you intentionally let us steal it? 230 07 59 133. 000801 166. Because you wanted to infiltrate our hideout. 231 08 01 333. 0008 4000. Yahello frowned. What nonsense are you talking about? 232 08 04 500. 0008 05 766. He still yelled confidently. 233 0008 06 166. 0008 07 866. I used to be a D-grade warrior. 234 08 8000. 0008 09 500. I'll kill a nobody like you. 235 08 09 533. 0008 10 700, like squashing an ant. 236 08 11 100. 008 11 866. Before he finished speaking, 237 08 11 866. 0008 13 766. He held the sharp bone and rushed forward like a storm. 238 08 14000. 0008 16 100. You dare mess with me, die. 239 08 16 333. 0008 18 066. Yahello was surprised, degrade. 240 08 18 333. 0008 19 300. The sharp bone grazed him. 241 0008 19 333. 0008 20 500. He immediately clenched his fist. 242 08 25 33. 08 21 900, causing thick venom to rise. 243 08 22 200. 0008 24 500. Yan Hao delivered a powerful punch straight to his face. 4008 24 933. 08 25 766. Is that all you got? 245 08 26 3033. 0008 28 600. The punch sent him flying, sliding across the ground. 246 08 28 666. 0008 29 466 and crashing through the wall. 247 08 29 500. 0008 30 333. Dust flew everywhere. 248 08 30 733. 0008 32 900. Yan Hao suddenly turned back as if seeing something. 249 08 32 933. 0008 33 766, then said, "Oh, 250 08 34 266. 08 36 900. His eyes glowed red as he looked at Xiao Gui. "You want to try too?" 251 08 37 3533. 0008 39 400. Xiao Gui was so scared by that sight that he fainted. 252 08 39 466. 08 40 266. Yan Hao frowned. 253 08 40 400. 08 43 200. Fainted, huh? Then he looked around and thought. 254, sir, 08 43 500. 08 46 200. There are so many exotic beast bones in this place. 255 08 46 600. 0008 47 766. These bones are full of wounds. 256 08 48 166. 0008 48 966. It seems these exotic 257 08 49,000. 0008 50 366. Beasts didn't die naturally. 258 08 5400. 0008 51 533. Someone intentionally. 259 08 51 566. 0008 53 266. Brought them here to kill each other. 2 to 60 08 53 400. 0008 54 900, just like in the Roman Colosseum. 262 08 57 900. 0008 59 166. Tong Ri's electronic voice. 263 08 59 366. 0090 400. I can hear it from 10 floors away. 264 09 1766. 0009 566. He chuckled and crushed the sharp bone. 265 09 03 800. 009 553. This girl is still as hot-headed as ever. 266 09 6000. 009 07 533. But at this moment, the remaining bandits, 267 09 07 533. 0009 200 fired furiously at Tong Rui's team. 268 09 700. 0009 10 533. Yongji rushed forward. 269 09 10 533. 0009 11 733. His body as hard as rock. 270 09 11 766. 0009 13 166, causing bullets to bounce off. 271 09 13 200. 0009 14 200. This astonished the bandits. 272 09 14 600. 0009 17 133. What the heck? This guy is bulletproof. 273 09 17 533. 09 19 300. He lunged forward and delivered a whirlwind kick. 274 09 19 33. 09 27 66, defeating the bandits in mere seconds. 275 09 21 266. 09 22 133. After eliminating them, 276 09 22 166. 0009 23 900. Yongzhi immediately reported to team leader Tong. 277 09 24 266. 0009 25 733. This area has been completely suppressed. 278 09 26,000. 0009 27 466. Yan Hao has not been found yet. 279 09 27 866. 0009 30,000. Tong Rui heard this and ordered, "Keep searching." 280 09 30 400. 0009 31 6666. They looked around. Yongzhi said, 281 09 31 800. 000933 766. There are claw marks of exotic beasts everywhere. 282 100 0934 066. 000936 100. It seems there's some secret being hidden here. 283 0936 533 0009 39000. In front of a large hole, Kang Yu spoke up. Team Leader Tong. 284 0009 39 200 0009 41 566. The detector that Sister Jin gave me has found that 285 09 41 866 0009 43 066. Yan Hao is right beneath us. 286 100 09 43 400 0009 44 866. But suddenly he exclaimed, "Oh!" 287 09 45,000 0009 46 933. This made Tong Rui next to him ask, "What's wrong?" 288 09 47 266. 0009 49 100. He replied, "The signal suddenly disappeared." 289 09 49 566. 0009 52 733. She worriedly, "Big trouble, the medical facility might be destroyed." 90 100 09 53,000 0009 53 800. Yan Hao is in danger. 291 09 53 900 0009 56 133. Before she finished speaking, a shadow shot up from the hole. 292 100 09 56 400 0009 58 866. It was Yan Hao carrying Xiao Gui, smiling brightly. 93 09 59 166 0010 0033. Is everyone okay? 294 0010 00566 0010 02 900. This made everyone freeze in astonishment and exclaim, "Yan Hao!" 295 0010 03 366 0010 05 733. Yongji worriedly asked, "Yan Hao, are you okay?" 296 0010 06 200 0010 07,000. Yan Hao shook his head. 27 10 07 266 010 08 066. I'm fine now. 298 10 08 266 0010 10 900. Tong Rui asked curiously, "So what exactly happened down there?" 299 10 11 466 00 10 13 466. He looked down into the deep hole, his eyes thoughtful. 300 10 13 666 0010 15 733. Down below, it's probably an abandoned beast arena. 301 10 15 933 0010 17 700. Yongzhu frowned. Team Leader Tong. 302 10 17 900 0010 19 333. How about we investigate this matter a bit? 303 10 19 800 0010 22 266. But Tong Rui's voice was cautious. "First, let's retreat. 304 10 22 600 0010 24 533. Then later, when we return, we'll arrange an investigation. 305 10 24 766 0010 27 100. Kang Yu pointed at Xiaogui and asked Yan Hao. 306 10 27 300 0010 28 933. "This kid is," he replied softly. 307 10 29 166 019 29 966. "Oh, he is." 308 1930 333 1930 966. Before he could finish, 309 1930 966 1932 8666. Xiaogui suddenly struggled violently and broke free from his grip. 310 1933 266 1935 500. He pulled out a small sword and yelled furiously. 311 1935 700 1937 933. "Go to hell!" The blade flashed with golden light. 312 1938,000 1939 166, stabbing directly at Yan Hao. 313 1939 566 1941 66. But his body immediately shifted to a localized beast transformation state. 314 1941 733 1944 100. The scale armor appeared, causing the sword to chip. 315 1944 400 1946 400. His face darkened, and he crushed the sword in his hand. 316 00 1946 500 00 1947 300. His voice icy cold. 317 00 1947 366 00 1949 800. How do you want to die? Xiaogi roared. You guys! 318 00 1950 066 00 1952 200. These soldiers are all hateful scum. 319 00 1952 533 00 1953 966. Yanhao grabbed him by the collar. H.S. 1954,000 00 1955 200. His face immediately contorting. 321 00 1955 266 00 1956 333. He gritted his teeth, enunciating each word. 322 00 1956 533 00 1958 733. Kill me. He let go and thought. 323 00 1959,000 00 2001 200. This is a symptom of red mist infection. 324 00 2001 533 00 20 02 700. Later, Xiaogi fainted. 325 00 20 02 733 00 20 03 966. A card in his pocket fell to the ground. 326 00 20 04 366 00 20 05 866. Kang Yu bent down to pick it up and read loudly. 327 00 2006 066 00 20 08 400. Team number 7 Chishang Patrol Team A THAC. 328 00 20 08 533 00 2010 266. This is my comrade's ID. 329 00 2010 566 00 2011 966. Tong Roy read it and pondered. 3 in 2012 23 2013 800. The person in the photo is much older than him. 3-1 or 2014 33 or 2016 266. But their eyebrows look very similar. 332 00 20 16 600 00 20 17 666. Could they be brothers? 2018 100 or 2019 333. Then she resolutely ordered 334 00 2019 533 00 2020 800. This child's condition is unstable. 335 or 2021 200 00 2023 100. First take him for treatment, then investigate. 336 00 2023 366 00 2026 200. Kang Yu carried Xiao Gui and replied, understood. Yan Hao followed. 370 2026 300 00 2027 800, thinking he's contaminated. 30 2027 800 00 2029 133. It seems he's still in the early stages. 3 or 2029 533 or 2031 800. If I absorb the red mist energy from his body, 340 00 2032 200 00 2033 866, he might still be saved. 341 00 2034 266 00 2036 066. At this moment, the entire team returned to the Bloody Fang camp. 342 00 2036 100 00 2037 366, the Huzhou Special Response Team. 343 0 20 37 733 00 20 39 400. A soldier saw them and yelled. 340 00 2039 600 00 2040 500. They're back. 345 00 2040 966 00 2042 533. Go report to Zhang Shao immediately. 346 00 2042 600 00 2044 3D3. The other person ran off and replied, understood. 347 00 20 44 6666 00 20 45 533. As the team entered, 348 00 20 45 566 00 20 46 500. Tong Rui ordered. 349 00 20 46 600 00 20 49 066. Deputy Officer Lin, immediately take Jinwan to the treatment room. 350 00 20 49 300 00 20 52 066. Yongzhi sternly replied, understood, and helped Jinwan away. 351 00 20 52 366 00 20 53 766. But another soldier blocked the path of 352 00 20 53 866 00 20 54 733 Yan Hao and Kang Yu. 353 00 20 54 800 00 20 55 600. This made Yan Hao ask 354 00 20 55 800 00 20 57 300. What are you doing? He immediately replied. 355 00 20 57 766 00 20 58 566. Excuse me, gentlemen. 356 Asura 2058 766 00 21 00 400. According to the latest quarantine regulations, 357 00 21 00 666 00 21 02 600. Everyone returning from high-risk red mist areas, 358 00 21 02 66 00 21 03 266 must be 359 00 21 03 266 0 21 04 366 immediately quarantined. 360 to 21 04 866 0 21 07 266. He frowned. Why wasn't there this regulation before? 361 0 21 07 400 0 21 09 566. The soldier continued. This is an order from higher-ups. Government. When the patrol team was first formed, he led Ashwo. He definitely knows about the mission that year. After hearing this, Song Yi gave the order, let's go. At Captain Jia's house, the area around the house was a mess. Kang Yu was stunned. What's going on? Yen Hao bent down and picked up a piece of debris. His voice was low. There are signs of a struggle. Song Hai determined these marks are very new. The fight probably just ended not long ago. He looked closely at the debris. 80% chance the city defense team did this. Song Hai frowned. Why would the city defense team go after Jia Jun? Kang Yu explained. Previously, Brother Yan helped Captain Jia beat up Captain Zhang Shui of the city defense team, turning his head into a pig's head. Now they're probably here for revenge. Yan Hao stood up, his face darkening. It seems they're targeting me. The inspection was also to confirm I had entered the city. If that's the case, then let's face them head on. As they stepped out, two people in military uniforms were already waiting. One of them spoke up. Captain Song, we finally found you. Song Hai asked coldly. Who are you? He immediately introduced himself. I am Li Ben, vice officer of the city defense team. I just received information that you have arrived in the city of Red Rock. Captain Jia Jun of the city defense team, whom I manage, went missing while on a mission outside the city. I would like to request your assistance in the rescue. Song Hai frowned. This is your army's business. Why are you seeking our help? He replied, you may not know. The alien beasts around the city have been active recently. A regular army like ours is simply no match for them. Yen Hao in the back quietly signaled Captain Song. She glanced over. I know. Then she pointed at him. I agree to help you search, but you must act together with us. Li Ben stammered. This is not good, is it? I'm afraid acting together will hinder you officers. Song Hai stepped closer, threatening. You want to refuse? What I said was not a request, it was an order. If you refuse, I can directly use the charge of disobeying a superior's order to have you executed. He was immediately frightened. I wouldn't dare. Then she ordered, take him to the car. The car sped towards the city outskirts. In the car, Yanhao asked Vice Officer Lee, just now, you said the alien beasts have been active recently. Why did you still send Captain Jia on a mission? Could it be that you deliberately sent Captain Jia to his death? Li Ben quickly waved his hands. How could that be? Captain Jia himself requested it. Everyone got out of the car. Li Ben pointed into the distance. It's near here. Yanhao frowned. Something's not right. Song Yi asked, what's wrong? Yanhao replied, he said this area has frequent alien beast activity, but I don't smell the aura of red fog. Li Ben stood to one side holding his phone, thinking fearfully. I have to get out of here quickly. But his expression was seen by Kang Yu. Kang Yu asked, Vice Officer Lee, what are you doing? He was startled, his voice trembling slightly. I've brought you all to the scene of the incident. I guess there's nothing left for me to do. So I told my team member to come pick me up. Please pass on a message to Captain Song for me. The search and rescue is in his hands. I'll be taking my leave first. Song Hai immediately blocked him, her voice gentle. You can't leave. She looked at him and asked, tell me, what is your purpose? Suddenly the sky appeared, a black vortex with lightning striking down, causing Li Ben to sit down in fear. Ugh! That thing is about to go crazy. Just then a bolt of lightning struck down, causing the ground to explode with a dazzling light. Li Ben screamed in fear. No, I don't want to die. Yanhao watched the scene and gritted his teeth. As expected, the reason why around here, there isn't even a single low-level alien beast is because of it. Song Hai asked, that is, right in front of them. A giant Overlord-class Thunder Beast roared, its entire body covered in lightning. Song Hai froze and asked, a Thunder Beast? A ferocious beast appeared with blood-red eyes, in a complete frenzy. Kang Yu screamed in terror. An Overlord class? Why did it suddenly appear here? Yanhao explained. The abnormal activity of the alien beasts. The disappearance of the patrol team on a mission. It seems these things are not a coincidence. Meanwhile, Li Ben took advantage of the situation when no one was paying attention and fled. Song Hai ordered, catch him, don't let him escape. He replied, understood. Kang Yu chased after him. Stop, he retorted. I won't. I don't want to die here. No reason. Someone shouted, it's gathering power. It's about to unleash it. Immediately, the alien beast unleashed a large amount of magical power. She jumped up and ordered everyone, dodge! The entire space was engulfed in a thick cloud of smoke. He sighed, it seems leaving won't be easy. Song Hai replied, Yanhao, you hold it off first. I'll go get my weapon. Yanhao nodded. No problem. At this moment, someone was watching from a tall building. Zhang Shui smiled smugly. Yanhao, let's see how arrogant you can be this time. My subordinate asked boss a small device like this can control an Overlord-class alien beast. He was arrogant. Not only that, the technology behind us is beyond your imagination. They've even built an entire alien beast base. I've seen it with my own eyes. The things being raised there are not ordinary alien beasts. As long as we capture Yanhao and hand him over to them, then Red Rock City will be mine. Yanhao was pondering at this moment. An elemental-type alien beast relies mainly on energy to fight. The poison gland taken from the queen bee is also effective against Overlord-class alien beasts. He immediately got close to the monster, despite its angry roar. Yanhao was knocked back, his hands clutching the ground tightly. He gritted his teeth and looked at his hand. My beast transformation was forcibly dispelled. Is this ability similar to Song Hai's EMP bomb? Huh. Meanwhile, the alien beast raised its magical claws high. Just as it was about to strike, Yanhao hurriedly dodged. He jumped away, sweating profusely, his body exhausted. Yanhao let out a weary sigh. I can't let my guard down. As expected, compared to a normal Overlord-class alien beast, there's a slight difference. With lightning wrapped around its body, there's basically no chance to get close. Song Hai interjected. As long as we can eliminate the lightning armor. Can we do it? He was surprised. Captain Song, can you do it? She assured him, of course. My beast core ability comes from lightning. The Thunder Beast's lightning can extinguish the surrounding particles and neutralize other abilities. I'll use all my strength to fire an EMP bullet. It can neutralize the alien beast's lightning armor, but the time is very short. It will recover very quickly. Right. Yanhao rushed up. That's enough. Just a blink of an eye is enough. Leave the rest to me. As soon as he got close to the alien beast, Yanhao shouted, now! Song Hai immediately cooperated and fired the EMP bullet. Then he got closer. The lightning armor has been broken. Yanhao decisively unleashed his move. Beast transformation, poisonous claw. The eyes of... He narrowed. What about the queen bee's poison fragment? Very good, it's effective. The poison is slowing down its movements. Then it attacked. Yanhao easily dodged. That's too slow. And then he quickly unleashed his moves. Die. Although the attack power is stronger than the previous Overlord class, but after losing its lightning power, the intensity of its main body is far inferior than before. In his heart, but without Song Yi's EMP bullet, I wouldn't even have a chance to get close. I need to get stronger. Yan Hao called out, "Where do you think you're going? Since you're here, you should at least leave something behind." The subordinate next to Zhang Shui was stunned. "Boss, what do we do that alien beast lost?" She judged silently. Yan Hao has matured a lot during this time. Song Hai said to herself, "I have to get stronger too." He was angry. "Who said I? Only brought one Overlord class to deal with them." The subordinate was surprised. "Could it be?" Suddenly she heard a sound behind her. She immediately turned her head to look. Song Yi looked at the alien beast in confusion. "There's another one." Yan Hao turned his head, his teeth clenched tightly. "There's still one more." Another monster appeared, opening its mouth wide, wanting to swallow Song Yi. He quickly ran over and pushed her away. "Get out of the way." Song Hai was pushed and fell immediately, flying back a distance. At that very moment, the monster was rampaging and attacking. She watched the scene in terror and screamed, "Yan Hao!" Suddenly the alien beast's body trembled. Its mouth made clicking sounds. Yan Hao, with blood-red eyes, was prying open its mouth. "You think you can swallow me just by yourself?" The monster spat him out in anger. Yan Hao said coldly. "Two Overlord class, huh? You really think highly of us." Song Hai quickly ran over. "Are you okay?" He reassured her, "I'm fine." Yan Hao exclaimed, "I didn't expect there to be an alien beast that can turn invisible." She explained, "It's a specialized type of alien beast. It enhances its own stealth ability, then launches a surprise attack. Without a support teammate with good sensory perception, it's usually very difficult to deal with." And then that monster slowly appeared, spewing out a large cloud of smoke. He realized the lightning power of that thunder beast has recovered. Meanwhile, behind Yan Hao was another monster. Flashes of panic appeared in his eyes. Not good. Yan Hao was attacked unexpectedly and couldn't defend himself in time. Song Hai watched him being beaten continuously and was horrified. "Yan Hao!" She angrily gathered her strength and cursed, "This beast!" Song Hai threw an EMP grenade. Quickly, the alien beast's body was surrounded by lightning, and then it turned invisible again. She was helpless. It disappeared again. Yan Hao spoke up. "That beast has an extremely high stealth ability. With my sensory perception, it's very difficult to track it." Song Hai announced, "It was hit by my EMP grenade. I can sense its movements through the magnetic field." He requested, "Tell me the location. I won't get entangled with it." "One move to finish it," she agreed. "Okay, it's to your left rear." "Are you sure?" Yan Hao was confident. "Of course," Song Hai shouted. "It's coming from your right rear." Yan Hao immediately swung his arm and grabbed its mouth. "Like to eat, right?" He unleashed his power. "Then try this." Immediately, the alien beast's mouth was filled with Yan's red energy. Hao's mouth was on fire. The smoke filled the entire space, and then it collapsed to the ground. He concluded, "One down." Yan Hao seriously glanced around. "The other one, Captain Song. That move just now, can you activate it again?" She replied, "I'm not wearing Beast Core equipment, so I don't have any spare energy to use that move again. There is another way to break its electric armor." Yan Hao was curious. "What way?" Song Hai replied, "I'll transfer all my remaining power to you, creating an ionization layer. The time is very short, maybe only 10 seconds. But the electric layer can block one's attack from the beast." He gathered his strength and bravely replied, "That's enough." Yan Hao quickly rushed forward like the wind, thinking to himself, "There's only one chance." The alien beast immediately unleashed a move with all its strength. Yan Hao analyzed, "I absolutely cannot get hit before I get close." He raised his spirits, concentrating all his strength into his right hand. And then, Yan Hao unleashed a powerful punch with great force. Zhang Shui shouted, "We lost. These are two Overlord-class beasts. Even two B ranks might not be able to win." "How could they at C rank?" "Quickly tell Team 2 to use missiles to hold them back. We absolutely cannot let them leave here. I'm just going to invite the people from Liu Teng." The subordinate replied, "Understood." Meanwhile, the air in Yan Hao's hand slowly retracted. He declared, "It's over." Yan Hao pondered, "It's still full. This lightning is the Thunder Beast's Beast Core, and the one emitting a faint light is the Stealth Beast's Beast Core." This time Song Hai put in a lot of effort, so this time I'll also give her half of the spoils. So, he did as he thought and turned back to call Captain Song. "I have something here." Suddenly, Yan Hao saw Song Hai unconscious on the ground. Song Hai. At this moment, Kang Yu dragged Li Ben over. "Captain Song, I've brought Vice Officer Li back." He roared, "No, I don't want to die!" He was stunned. "Brother Yan, Captain Song, he replied, "She overused her ability, leading to physical exhaustion. Fortunately, it's just physical exhaustion, and she's not infected with red fog symptoms." On the rooftop, a group of people were making a commotion. "Team 2 target acquired. Boss Vice Officer Li is over there." Zhang Shui nonchalantly said, "Forget him, that idiot. I wanted him to lure everyone here. He foolishly followed them to his death. He was shot and surprised. Standard military issue weapons. Kang Yu was surprised. What? Lehman was terrified. Zhang Shui, you're leaving me behind. Then I'll take you down with me. It was all orchestrated by Zhang Shui. He said if we capture Yan Hao, we can get promoted and get rich overnight. He's hiding nearby. He told me to just bring everyone here. He was also angry. Why did they miss? The subordinate replied. The Thunder Beast's previous attack carried a large amount of lightning, so it interfered with the surrounding electromagnetic field, making the targeting inaccurate. He wondered, did the attack stop? Yan Hao ordered. Right now you take Captain Song back and contact Jin Ying. Tell her that Zhang Shui, the captain of the Red Rock City defense team, has betrayed us and ambushed Captain Song Yi. Take the vice officer back for interrogation. Tell Jin Ying that this matter needs to be reported to Song Lian, the chief of staff. The special response team knows. He acknowledged the order clearly. A moment later, Kang Yu shouted, Brother Yan, get in the car. What are you doing out there? He angrily said, this idiot. If we all get in the car, won't we become sitting ducks? Go now, I'll cover you. He hesitated, but Yan Hao kicked the bullet away and asked, don't you trust me? He was stunned in his heart. The cannonball was kicked away. Then he spoke up, all right, Brother Yan. Be careful, I'll take Captain Song back, and then come back to support you immediately. Shrill voices echoed through the barrage of bullets. Boss, our cannon fire was blocked by Yan Hao. He's heading towards us. Zhang Shui fled and ordered, quick, stop him. The people from Liu Teng are about to arrive. Suddenly, a stream of red electricity shot out, startling the subordinate. What was that? He glanced over in fear. How is this guy so strong? After taking on 2 Overlord-class beasts, he still has strength left. After that, Zhang Shui was immediately captured by him. He cried out in pain. Yan Hao was enraged, slamming Zhang Shui's head against the ground. He spoke up. Captain Zhang, long time no see. He pleaded, Brother Yan. No, Sir Hao, please be gentle. Actually, I was forced to. This matter involves an extremely... Yan Hao cut him off. You've messed with the wrong person, do you know that? Before he could finish, he was punched in the face. No, Yan Hao was caught off guard and sent flying a long distance. Jiajai spoke up. Are all rats this loud nowadays? Zhang Shui was secretly delighted. They're finally here. He spoke up, thank you for saving me, my lord. He asked, who are you? The man replied, that's not for you to know. Then Jiajai jumped up, disappearing in midair before Yan Hao's eyes. Then he suddenly appeared and attacked him fiercely. Jiajai relentlessly attacked, putting Yan Hao in a difficult position. A moment later, the man clenched his fist filled with magical power and then threw it at him, his tone disdainful. Too weak. Jiajai had so much power that the attack sent Yan Hao flying. Finally, a horrific explosion occurred, lighting up the sky. The man spoke up, because the higher-ups took this matter too seriously. I thought it would be a formidable character, but it turns out to be just a sewer rat. I gave you 2 Overlord-class beasts, and yet you lost to this piece of trash. Zhang Shui was flustered. I'm so sorry. The man turned to leave. I'll leave the rest to you. I'm going back. He replied, understood. I will definitely not disappoint you next time. Then Zhang Shui turned back and stepped on his face. Yan Hao, after struggling for half a day, you ended up defeated here. He made a phone call. Hello, video call, Gujun. His underlings immediately shouted, get up. Look here, the boss wants you to see someone. Zhang Shui grabbed Yan Hao's hair. Captain Gu, let me show you who this is. He shouted, Yan Hao. Zhang Shui, you lunatic. Why are you doing this? If you have a problem, come at me. He shouted back. I'll make sure Yan Hao doesn't die in peace. Zhang Shui ordered, Team 2 assemble at my position. Take Yan Hao back to the Chunyang base. Meanwhile, Yan Hao, feigning unconsciousness, thought, I found Captain Gu. First, I'll absorb this rust-colored beast core. First, 300 meters underground, the Liu Tang base, Red Rock City. He was imprisoned in a test tube, surrounded by a green liquid. Yan Hao uses the hidden beast core, an absorbed overlord class. It plunders the skill Shadow Stealth and enters a 3-minute invisible state. Yan Hao gently pushed the glass with a light force. The glass shattered into pieces. The green liquid flowed out in a torrent. Yan Hao's eyes were sharp and cold. He thought, based on their route, this place can't be far from the ruins just now. To think there's a place like this hidden on the outskirts of the city. The subordinate rushed in and said to Wong, this is bad test subject 9. Soro 7 has escaped. He ordered immediately notify the security personnel. On the surveillance screen, Yan Hao reached out and released some kind of energy. The screen immediately went black. Everyone panicked. The camera lost signal. Yulong angrily ordered, the higher-ups have ordered a live capture. Prepare a large amount of tranquilizer darts and specialized nets for alien beasts. They shouted. The door is open. Yan Hao, his whole body emitting energy, turned purple. He was like an invisible man, making it impossible for them to see him. Everyone panicked. We can't find the test subject. What's going on? Yulong ordered in a commanding voice, find him for me. As they ran, they discussed, the test subject that we went through so much trouble to capture is gone just like that. If we don't find, it will all be dead. Yanhao stood there watching them, a mixture of amusement and worry in his heart. It seems the effect is amazing, but this state can only be maintained for 10 minutes. He sped forward. I need to find the old captain quickly. Yao Zhu lit a cigarette and wondered, what's going on outside? Did the test subject escape? The man next to him spoke up. It has nothing to do with us. Our only job is to capture them. If they don't look good, that's their problem. Then a figure walked over and knocked them out. Yan Hao used his hands to bend the steel bar. Captain Gu Jun spoke weakly. Yan Hao. He was excited. Good job, kid. I knew it. How could you be so easily captured by them? Yan Hao replied. It's all thanks to the teachings of an old captain like you. He looked down at Gu Jun chugging water. I was originally looking for you because of Asho's disappearance. I didn't expect to involve you. Gu Jun said, Asho? I've been looking for him too. Yan Hao wondered, so did you find any clues? Any small detail would be helpful. This matter is far more complicated than imagined. Gu Jun replied, his face suddenly turning serious. The patrol team had just been established. When the city defense team under the guise of special missions transferred many brothers away, and they all disappeared. The higher-ups kept insisting the disappearances were mission-related, so I wanted to investigate. But that Zhang Shui guy was always secretly pressuring me. Yan Hao pondered. This rabbit hole is deeper than I thought. The city defense team doesn't have that much power. There must be someone behind them. As long as we catch Zhang Shui then, the truth will be revealed. Suddenly a group of people rushed in, startling the two of them. He's here? Yan Hao stood in front of Gu Jun. Brother, go quickly, don't get involved here. The soldier said, kill that patrol captain. Capture the test subjects alive. Yan Hao leaped high into the air, catching the guards off guard. He swept them with force, knocking them all to the floor. If I run away like this, all my efforts to pretend to be captured would be in vain. He was excited. Captain Gu, can you still move? Gu Jun confidently replied. Who do you think I am, the immortal old Gu? Zhang Shui roared. Hurry up and release all those beasts. Otherwise, none of us will be able to stop them. The curly-haired man retorted. Zhang Shui, you don't have the authority to order us. Zhang Shui was furious. What time is it to be saying this? Your superior isn't here, so you have to listen to me. If they escape, then we'll all be dead. Yan Hao walked in calmly with Gu Jun behind him. Is something wrong? A horde of monsters aggressively charged towards them. Yan Hao said, Captain Gu, find a place to hide first. Gu Jun was worried. Yan Hao, be careful. Yan Hao's hand transformed into sharp claws. He thought, raising alien beasts, this is truly treason against humanity. It seems, those two Overlord-class beasts were also released from here. He rushed forward, using his claws to tear the alien beast's corpse in two. He thought, just with these beasts, you want to stop me? On the other side, Zhang Shui was still angrily cursing up a storm. If you don't do as I say, then you basically won't have time to destroy the documents. He revealed a delighted smile in his heart. So many alien beasts should be enough to exhaust Yan Hao. Then suddenly a large rock flew towards him, slamming straight into his back. He collapsed to the ground. From a distance, a figure was slowly approaching. He cursed irritably. I haven't even gotten in the car yet. From a distance, a cheerful voice echoed. Zhang Shui, you're no longer of any value. Chen Lin smiled slyly as he looked towards the detonation device. Rest in peace. An ear-splitting explosion rang out. Zhang Shui was still standing there roaring. You guys actually abandoned me. He stammered, his voice trembling. Yan Hao, don't come over here. Old Gu is still in my hands. Yan Hao squeezed his neck tightly, pinning him against the wall. Behind you. Who exactly is pulling the strings? What is this place? Zhang Shui was terrified. Yan Hao, don't you care about Gu Jun's life? Yan Hao jutted his chin towards Gu Jun, who was standing not far away. Look who that is. Zhang Shui was shocked. Old Gu, how are you here? Zhang Shui trembled with fear. He surrendered. I'll talk. It was a man named Hong Tiansheng who ordered me to do it. I don't know his real situation, but he said that if I handed you over to him, I would enjoy wealth and prosperity. This place is one of their bases. Yan Hao's eyes were sharp. You guys have been secretly monitoring my movements all along. Even the fact that I was investigating the patrol team's case, you knew about it early on, so you made your move beforehand. Zhang Shui stammered. I don't know about this. It must be just a coincidence. Yan Hao squeezed Zhang Shui's neck tighter. He roared, but I know where the missing patrolmen were taken by them. Maybe Hong Tianxing is over there too. Sir Hao, spare my life and I'll lead the way for you. He found a sewer and opened the lid. Although they blew up the main passage and caused this side to collapse as well. But down below, he looked up and continued. There's a small hidden path below. It should be passable. The three of them went down together. Gu Jun complained. It really stinks. Yanhao thought. How did this tunnel form? And why is there a strange smell spreading everywhere? Zhang Shui schemed in his head. I have to find a way to shake them off. If not, I'll lead them to the Liu Tang master over there and kill them with a borrowed knife. Suddenly, Yanhao seemed to realize something. This feeling of oppression. He looked down. Below the ground here, there's something. A giant creature was hiding under the ground. Its eyes were bloodshot. At the Liu Tang Red Fog storage base, outside Red Rock City, Songhai stood in this room, her eyes carefully observing. Jin Ying spoke up, complaining. On my side, I found nothing but a pile of alien beast corpses. Have you analyzed any results yet? She replied, the clues are too fragmented to piece together a complete picture. She was annoyed. Ice Block Song. You were investigating a case. How did you lose Yan Hao? Kang Yu added. Previously, because of the matter with the captain and the city defense. A conflict arose with Zhang Shui, but I didn't expect him to actually attack the special response team, Jin Ying sighed. I reported this to Uncle Song last night. He seemed very angry. Yongji escorted Li Ben over and asked, Captain Song, how should we handle this person? Songhai responded, we still need to get some information from him. The hideout you mentioned is now empty. No, the person behind all this that you mentioned before, is there any other important information? He said, trembling, I really don't know. Zhang Shui didn't let me get too involved. She threatened, I've uncovered some secrets about you and Liu Tang. If you confess honestly now, it will still be considered a confession. Otherwise, just wait to be shot in the head. Li Ben was terrified. Wait, I remember now. Zhang Shui secretly went to the storage system of the Liu Tang Group's subsidiaries Red Fog. Jin Ying repeated, Red Fog storage system. He nodded. Yes, there's definitely something wrong with that place. She ordered, let's go straight over there. See what the problem is. Yongji stopped her. Wait a minute, Chief. Of Staff has ordered my brother to lead his troops to Red Rock City to suppress the rebels. It might take a little more time. Should we wait for them to arrive before we act? Songhai frowned. Our main mission is not to suppress the rebels, but to ensure Yan Hao's safety. Patrolman, you escort Li Ben. Back to see Instructor Lin. The rest of you follow me to investigate. Kang, you acknowledge the order, understood. A long time later, the group moved to the Red Fog storage system. The guard blocked them. Stop, this is a restricted area. No entry allowed, even if you're from the Crimson Blood Special Response Team. Songhai didn't say much and immediately knocked the man away. Get out! They huddled together. Quick report to Lord Lu. Lord Lu, the people from the Crimson Blood are here. Jajai stood above and replied, I see them. She warned, be careful. This is likely an important enemy stronghold. Suddenly, Jin Ying heard a sound from above her head, and then suddenly he swooped down and attacked her. Jin Ying was startled and backed away, her foot pressing hard on the floor. Jiagai's hand formed a fist. He said, interesting. Songhai stepped in front of him and sized him up. Who are you? Jiagai didn't care, rushing towards her. There's nothing to say. Yongji quickly used his beast transformation equipment. Danger. And then he used his body to block a blow for Jin Ying. Jiagai's strength was so great that it sent both Jin Ying and Yongji flying. At the same time, she attacked from behind. This person, he said, Captain Song, be careful. This guy might be B rank. But unfortunately, Songhai's move was dodged by him. Then Jiajai turned back and counterattacked, making her cry out in pain. Songhai was knocked to the ground, her face full of horror. Just as she was helpless on the ground, he continued to approach. Jiajai unleashed a kick that sent Songhai flying straight into a wall. Jin Ying cried out in horror. Songhai Yongji was worried. This is bad. The captain isn't good at close combat. Without weapons and alien beast equipment, the captain can't unleash her full potential. He grabbed her head disdainfully. Crimson Blood, is this all you've got? Compared to the rat from yesterday, you're all trash. You're not that strong either. Songhai sneered at Yan Hao. How could you be defeated by a human like him? Jiajai angrily threw her up and sneered. Still talking tough when you're about to die. Today, let me see. Which one of you or that rat can take a few? Before he could finish, he was hit by a punch. Yan Hao appeared and knocked Jiajai to the ground. The man's back hit the wall, creating a large hole, and he jumped up high to catch Song Yi. Jin Ying was annoyed. Princess Carrie, not fair. I want one too. Yan Hao gently helped her land under the bone. He cared gently.